yeah. Dance party backstage. What's up, everybody? It's Thursday. The watch party brought to you by the Fantasy Football Advice Network. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Yeah, excitement. Woo! All right, we got some other people in here. What's up, everybody?
Hey, go look at the private chat.
Oh, Gina's got an echo.
I have an echo?
Gina's got an echo.
How do I fix that?
Let's see. Echo is for sure you.
Okay. Is that better?
Let's see. Yeah, a lot better.
Okay.
What's up, everyone? That's better. Ronnie's in the house. What's up, D?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
How you been? How you feeling about the Giants this year? I know it's really tough.
We're pretty much tanking for Caleb Williams at this point.
Oh, he's coming to Minnesota.
I don't even want to discuss my Giants right now. That's how much they've disappointed me over the first 5 games of the season.
Caleb Williams needs to come to Minnesota, play with Addison.
We'll see.
I would love that. So what do you think? Oh, so Anthony popped in there and said Mama Kelsey and T Swizzy look like best buds now.
Oh boy.
I can't with her.
the ride never ends.
All right, so how you doing, Gina? You excited for this game tonight? Woo!
Super pumped. You know, the Broncos, man, they just get my blood boiling.
What if they make a crazy upset tonight?
That would be amazing. It would be interesting for sure.
Man, let's see if Williams can get anything going. I mean, he's had this injury kind of going. I'm still hoping for what was it, McLeod or yeah.
McLaughlin.
What's his name? Yeah, McLaughlin. He's
the guy I didn't know existed 2 weeks ago.
He's Jaleel. Hey, if you do any following of the college football side of Twitter, he was a name that came up a lot for sure. He's like the all-time leading rusher, I think, in college football history.
Yeah, he looks so shifty too. I don't know. I like that, man. He looks so good.
But to Gina's point, I think 90% of us on normal fantasy football Twitter were like, who?
I legitimately had no idea who you guys were. Somebody asked me a question about him. Oh, it was Tip. I was like, I'm going to tap out of this. I don't even know who you're talking about.
So what's new, guys?
What's new?
Question. What is new? Other than my
see something cool?
It's getting cold.
All right, look at this presentation, the smorgasbord of treats and goodies. I got the 2-hearted IPA, of course. I got my two wieners.
There you go.
And I got some mustard.
I'm ready
to watch football.
You are in the bathroom.
Mustard. That's crazy.
Yeah. Perfect toilet treats.
I hate you guys so much.
Oh, come on. You love us, though.
It's true.
I think you should put both of those hot dogs in one bun. Let's see what that looks like.
I don't think so.
McLaughlin's out there on second down, man.
Oh, boy.
He's out there on
those waivers paid off.
Man, I paid up for him. He paid off for me last week.
So, JC, I'm curious. I don't know if you saw that I had a little convo in the thread with Tip about starting the Bears defense this week. But I went and looked through the numbers. It's not a great play to play the Vikings every week or anything, but it's a good play. The number 7 overall defense on the season right now is whoever has played the Vikings each week. And you guys just lost JJ. And I think it's hilarious because the Bears are literally the 32nd out of 32nd ranked in points so far, defense in all of fantasy. And I think they might be a top 12 unit this week.
What's up, Joshua?
Hey, Josh.
Speaking of Jefferson, how many teams did you guys lose him on?
I lost him on 2.
It's just So hard when a player
Oh,
like that goes down because you take
Oh
him
yes.
so high
Yeah.
first.
I know Greg had him
Pretty
in a
brutal.
league he put way up for him, and he was just trying to. That was in our auction league, and he was just trying to beat everybody up, and he ended up getting stuck with him. And down he goes.
I have him in a couple of leagues.
My luck is
Good.
getting stuck with guys like Chubb and like a team with Chubb and Connor down right now. That hurts so bad. in a lot
Oh
of leagues.
man.
I have Connor down in my Scott Fish team, which I got my first loss. I'm no longer.
Your team's been crushing it. Polar opposite of mine.
Yeah, but I fell out of the top 100. I'm like 124 now. That was my one thing I was holding on to.
Excuse me.
Listen,
That's
I
not
just
the
wanted
top
to be in
100
the
out
top
of 3,000 something.
That's still incredible, though.
Pretty good.
My husband is like the complete opposite of what I'm doing, and he's like, I'm really not that sad for you. Like,
I wouldn't be either.
I might get
Yeah.
another loss this week though, and then I'm really gonna panic.
Yeah,
Oh,
Andrew,
oh,
you
man,
with
they've changed. Oh, Lord.
Ashan. I'll never
I
get
would
used
have
to
picked
saying
him up
that.
on the waiver wire, but unfortunately somebody else got him before I
Achan.
did.
Ashan.
Chan.
I lost in my home league. I lost Anthony Richardson, Devin Achane, and not Justin Jefferson in that league. Who was it? There was one other wide receiver that went out this week or last week. I can't remember who. It stinks. No, it's not that. I had Puka and Cooper Cup came back. So I was like, Puka at the ceiling. He's going to go down a little bit. And then I lost my two guys. But
I feel like Puka still did really well.
oh, yeah.
I mean, he had 7 catches, 71
That was just a
yards.
narrative. That it,
Yeah. Now,
So,
Tutu, on the other hand, he took the hit, which I think was kind of what I was guessing was going to happen. Uh-oh. Dog's got a toy.
Dude.
Did you guys see the video of that kid who swallowed like the squeaky thing?
No, I did not.
No.
I'll find it and I'll send it to the group chat. There's this little kid and he's so embarrassed. He's at the hospital and his mom's like, all right, just do it again. Just do it again. Just say something. And he's like, and he starts laughing.
Oh my
In
goodness.
every laugh, it's like,
Hi,
squeak,
Bella.
squeak,
How you doing? What's up, Farquad?
So good.
Anthony said injury article was so long this week. I was added to the injury list.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
My IR is starting to be like, wow, if I could start my IR, I'd have a really good team.
Andrew, I tried to in a couple leagues. Take him.
Anyone starting Chiefs that I am in one of my fantasy leagues. I am. Thank goodness I picked them up.
Yeah, I just wasn't able to grab him.
I have a feeling that the Broncos might get, I don't know.
Well,
The Broncos don't matter anymore. They're making all of the cap moves right now. They're restructuring a few guys. Like they're moving to move pieces. The team is tanking. I think they want to get Russell Wilson out of there, but I don't know if they'll be able to. And this is all
a legend has joined us.
Stinks.
Would you trade Russ?
If I'm getting Gino and
Amon-Ra? For Amon-Ra, I probably would. But
So it's
Gino,
20-man. Remember, this is a 20-man redraft league. So
right.
pickings are very slim in this league. So something like this, roster construction might be very helpful in this, situation. What are you lacking? Are you lacking any players? Also, it does PPR. I do like redraft. But Kirk has been pretty decent, but Zay Jones comes back. Jonu's mediocre. Russ
Johnny's been doing better than Pitts.
That's a total farce.
It's true. I mean, Russ and Gino, I feel like they're practically the same.
What I saw the first 2 or 3 weeks from Atlanta was Pitts out there running routes to pull the defense apart, and then Jonnu Smith benefiting from it.
Hello, Greg.
He looks good after the catch, though.
Am I in?
You're in here. Hello, a legend.
Okay, 20-man league, you don't trade any star that you've got.
Yeah.
Period.
In a 20-man league?
20-man league, you do not trade stars away.
So you're not.
Yeah, so I would go pick up Amon-Ra immediately in a league like that.
Honestly, yeah.
How would Amon-Ra be? How would Amon-Ra be available in a league like that?
Well, I don't know. I think he's just trying to make a trade offer. I think Josh is trying to make a trade offer. He's trying to trade Russ, Christian Kirk, and Jonnu to get Gino and Amon-Ra. So
yeah.
I would do that. Yeah. Although I
Yeah,
like
if you sent
Kirk,
that offer to me, I'd say no.
I like Kirk, but I'd give up those 3 to get Amon-Ra because he'll be more steady. And in a 20-man league, you need steady.
Mm.
Oh man, Pacheco looks good.
Like
Running hard.
I do feel like Geno and Russ, they're practically the same quarterback. I mean, Russ has dramatically improved under Sean Payton, but it's just that whole entire team really hasn't. And then
the problem with the 20-man league?
We just fumbled the ball. We just fumbled the ball.
Eight teams don't have a backup quarterback.
Yeah. So he said,
Pretty
I
brutal.
mean, this team, man, he'd have Tyreek Hill and Amon-Ra, so I definitely would make that trade.
Oh, the old-fashioned flea flicker.
That was beautiful.
Hook and ladder. Hook and ladder.
Chiefs.
Yeah. So if you're getting the Amon-Ra side, I think I take that trade.
Yeah. I mean, Amon-Ra is
and I like Kirk. I
up.
like Christian Kirk. But
Whoa, that was a sweet play.
Oh, you just saw it?
There it is, Greg. A little Noah Gray sighting.
Kelsey to Gray, where he like lateral the back to him. That was pretty smart football right there.
And I'm telling you something, guys. If you're in a big league like that, and Noah Gray is available, go get him because he's going to replace Kelsey when Kelsey retires.
And when do you think Kelsey's going to retire? Within the next
2 years?
2 years?
Yep.
I missed it. Josh said that guy sent it. Did we cover that? That if he just got offered Amon-Ra to take it.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, he said he unofficially had proposed it to him.
Oh! It's such an easy response, dude. Tell him immediately. Do this in every league I'm in. Say, I will not entertain offers unless it's in the actual league.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having somebody start a trade conversation and like send the actual offer to you over text. I don't do that. I'll talk about the trade, but you need to send it to me over the actual thing so I can know you're serious.
I get mad.
I won't commit, but I'll do trade talks over text.
Yes, exactly. But I don't want somebody to, because a lot of times what people do is they'll send you an offer and see how you respond to it to know whether or not they should. Like, I don't do that.
I don't like
you're feeling me out.
Apologize for not having my camera up, but I'm heating my back laying down on a recliner, and it's not the best look. So
that is sexy, Greg. That is.
I know I am, but when you get old, that's all you got left.
Seen those legs at the expo.
He's not lying because I wore shorts every day.
Beautiful khaki shorts. It was
in this type of weather.
Oh my goodness, you gotta catch that, man.
Yeah. Simmons too. No.
McMillan.
So Farquaad said waiver question. Zay Flowers dropped by 0-5 team in redress standard.
Pick him up.
Yeah, grab him.
Yeah, pick him up.
Grab him.
There you go.
Don't even wait. Just pick him up.
I would literally call him like the only reliable pass catcher outside of Mark.
Is 4 Rashee Rice? Is number 4 Rashee Rice?
Yes, he is.
That is Rashee Rice.
And luckily for me, I am starting him tonight.
I like him. I like the kid.
And I'm starting him in a 12-man league.
Dude, it's just so Sky Moore's not even freaking playing on half the snaps anymore.
Like,
he hasn't.
Reality.
Yeah,
Moore hasn't earned the right to play on half the snaps.
I would say
on the other side of the
really
ball, I think Mims should be playing on all the snaps.
Yeah,
I agree with that, Greg.
Yeah, this receiver run for the Chiefs it's been vaguely interesting to say the least.
Can you imagine
Tyreek Hill, right?
Can you imagine the game Marvin Mims would have if he got 10 targets?
Could you imagine Marvin Mims if he played for the Chiefs?
I can only imagine.
Actually, I can't imagine him. He's a 700-yard, 4-touchdown receiver.
Yeah.
What's up, Fish?
Hey, Fish.
And Butker's kicking a field goal.
I think yes. So Andrew said too much hype on Sky. I just think there's so many targets on that team. Like with it's always kind of been. Besides when Hill was there, even when Tyreek Hill was there, it was like Tyreek Hill did so much with the ball after he caught the ball. That's why it was so good. But I still feel like Mahomes still spread the ball around. Like he
I
always
would like to go back and look at the actual target counts for Tyreek Hill when he was set. Do you remember what year that was? Because I think we can do that with Sleeper.
2020.
I know that he had 1 year where he had a ton, but you're right, Greg. Like he was a guy that often, and he still does. He can go and have a number 1 wide receiver fantasy game on 4 touches.
They would dump it
He
off.
can, but I seem to think that he got open so much that Mahomes was targeting him.
You're exactly
I would
right.
guess 8 to 10 targets a game on average.
Yeah. I don't remember anything different from that. And to answer Andrew, as the resident Sky Moore truther of all of the lands everywhere, the Sky Moore thing always was, if you really put at the expo, a few people put their finger on my chest and was like, "What do you really think about Sky Moore?" And I was like, "I don't know. He might be a great wide receiver for fantasy." It was always a lot of a meme and a lot of joy because his ceiling is the same as any other target with Patrick Mahomes. If they click and he falls in love, you have the best asset in fantasy. I don't think that player's on that team right now. And it's not Sky Moore or Rashee Rice or any of these guys. I don't know if we'll get that.
I think Rashee Rice can turn into that guy. I think Sky Moore was the guy that was a little bit more talked up. I think Rashee.
I don't think Rashee Rice is explosive enough to be that guy for them.
We'll see. I think he's just.
I feel like his explosiveness.
Kadarius Toney is too freaking stupid to be that guy.
I feel like
he's explosive.
Yes, 100% he's explosive, Greg.
I can't even trust Valdez Scantling anymore. I can't.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I'm sorry.
It's sad when you look back and you say their best receiver was Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah. It would have been him too. I mean, he could have probably stayed if he wouldn't have been. I mean, the same thing happened when he was with, the Steelers. He was just more involved off the field with whatever was going on than he was on the field. He was just never committed.
I think Rashee Rice can be that guy. I think
so too.
I think
I'll agree with him being
I think the stock has risen for Rashee.
There's got to be a reason he's not getting on the field as much.
Rashee,
and it can't just be he's a rookie because Addison is on the field all the freaking time.
How many?
Also, Andy Reid. Andy Reid is going to be starting.
I was going to say, if you go and break down rookie snap percentage, Tyreek Hill is the only rookie Andy Reid has had since in Kansas City. The guy, I don't know the exact metric, but it was like the threshold for relevance in fantasy football is a certain amount of snaps.
Really?
He just doesn't do it with his rookies. I think he has a uniquely complex offensive system, and it's been kind of a narrative for 5 or 6 years now that rookies just have a 12 to 16 month hill to climb in front of them when they join his offense.
Right.
Yeah, but Ronnie, I mean, think about it. Go out, run down 10 yards, and break to the outside.
I'm with you, Greg.
A pass.
I think Andy Reid's good.
I don't care how complex an offense is. A pass tree is a pass tree is a pass tree. And these guys have been running pass trees since high school.
Right.
And they're all numbered the same. A 7 is a post everywhere.
I wonder if there's, and I don't know the answer to this, but some coaches and some offenses ask their receiver to read almost as much as the quarterback, and the quarterback goes up. There are read routes.
There are timing routes, and your quarterback has to be on. The read routes are difficult because the quarterback and the receiver have to see the same thing.
Right.
And what makes Kelsey unique is that his routes, a lot of times he doesn't have a set route. He runs to an area and reads the defense. That's not normal anywhere in the NFL.
No.
Javonte looks pretty good.
Yes, he does. That's why I'm starting him. And Russ is picked.
That was a pretty big hole.
Okay, so have you seen the interception yet?
Oh, he threw an interception. I should have.
I like it when I'm ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are always ahead of me.
The ride.
What are you doing?
Yikes! So bad.
Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I mean?
Oh, it was nice. Hey, Ronnie, I want to get you on the phone with Tim McGill.
Oh, I'm happy to.
Yeah, we're going to do it in the off season on the show.
This is why I started the Chiefs defense tonight.
Ooh, that was a nice pick.
Greg,
No,
what
I
I
would
need you
think.
to,
I would think
love. I'm sorry.
from
Go
an
ahead.
IDP standpoint that you would want a guy that's on a team like the Broncos because they're on the field all the time. The defense.
Vikings too, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the best like tackle like so tackles are like a big thing in IDP.
Antoine Winfield.
I'm saying like Andrew Bynum, like he's like him, and then whoever our other cornerback is, it's just crazy. Like they just have so many tackles just because
DBs
they
and
get beat.
linebackers. I do not want any Minnesota defensive linemen.
No, but the DBs, man, they get. I mean, like they get thrown on so much, and they have to stop the.
Yeah,
there's so many
And they're making
tackles,
tackles
it's crazy.
downfield a lot too.
as a whole, I'm not too sold on Minnesota's DBs or their defense in general. Well, anybody
Great
outside
for
of
IDP.
Well, I'm talking fantasy. I'm not talking about as
Yeah.
a team. On tonight's
Mhm.
show, I asked a question, and I don't think anybody's answering it. Who has the worst defense, the Broncos or the Commanders?
Oh, the
it
Broncos.
has to be the Broncos.
You
Probably.
might think so, but when I watched DK Metcalf with the Chicago Bears against the Commanders, I've never seen a receiver get more open all night
Oh, you mean
long.
DJ Moore?
DJ Moore, yes, sorry.
But Greg, do you
DJ
not
Moore.
remember him doing the exact same thing against the Broncos?
Yeah, but that's just it. It's against the two teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's against those two teams.
I would fall back on they're both awful, and if they are truly equal, I would lean on the actual star talent they have on each team. And the Bears do have a few guys that are legit. They have a disappointing player in Chase Young, but the Broncos don't right now. Besides Simmons and Surtain, they literally do not have a name that's worth noting on their defense.
And they're talking about trading Surtain.
Yeah.
No.
There were rumors that they reached out to Detroit to trade.
So there are a handful of guys that work for the Mile High Report and SB Nation that do some good stuff and that are in like the fantasy football space here and there on Twitter. And I saw something the other day from one of them that basically said that their understanding is there's not a single player besides Russ that isn't available, and Russ is only not available because they can't move him until the offseason.
The thing about Surtain is they're going to want a first and second round pick for him.
Yeah, shoot.
Brad Holmes has never given up.
We'll give him the first and the second.
Brad Holmes has never given up more than a third round pick for anybody.
Dude, Kelsey's just getting absolutely peppered tonight. Get that touchdown, Kelsey. I need that.
I like that little head fake he did. It looked like he was mocking the guy. Like he was laughing at him.
My tight end and Scott
What
Fishbowl.
What everyone doesn't know is he actually has, T Swift singing to him in his headphones. Inspiring him.
Yeah.
Every time he jukes, it's like, shake him off.
This guy is not that fast. He is big, but he's not that fast. How does he get so open every single game?
He's that good.
Yeah,
He
but
is.
so are defenders. Anybody in the NFL is good. I don't understand how he gets so wide open. And I'm not talking, he catches everything that comes to him, but this guy is 5 yards away from the defenders when he catches the ball. It's not like they're close to him. I love Travis Kelce. I really do.
I should have drafted him.
Anthony
said, JC, when did I say you should draft Travis Kelce this year?
Number one.
I said I would, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, it's still not. I mean, McCaffrey's on pace for 2,300 yards. So.
Oh yeah, I like McCaffrey too.
McCaffrey, and he just has to be the best complete back in the league. I mean, and I'm already hearing talks of him being MVP. Honestly, I wouldn't mind it at all.
It's hard for a running back to get MVP, but
I agree.
agree.
I
agree with you.
The last one to do it was Adrian Peterson in 2012.
Yeah. Barry did once, I think, too.
Adrian Peterson only won it because they were tired of giving it to Peyton Manning.
What does that say? Oh, you probably can't read it. CMC breaks 2,000 all-purpose yards.
Yeah,
honestly, I think he's going to do it this season. I mean, the way that he's just set with that 49er system of things, I can definitely see.
You know what I love about that situation? It's a testament to how just damn good CMC is. Kyle Shanahan was adamant all off season. He was like, we are not going to run this guy into the ground. We need him for the playoffs.
I grew up watching CMC's dad and did not know that Eddie McCaffrey is.
Was that an interception?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Uh-oh.
What a
Oh, it's Simmons too. Let's go. Shout out to Gary Gavin.
what was
Wow.
Mahomes? Who was Mahomes throwing to?
I think that was that batted up.
He was
A Bronco.
If you watch
Yeah,
the
What was
passes.
the pass?
He got
batted? I
happy
don't
feet in
understand.
the
This is
pocket.
unlike Mahomes. To be
Mahomes
throwing
got happy.
interceptions like that. in the
Mahomes
first
is not
quarter.
playing as well as he normally does this year.
Gino, what are your thoughts on
I've noticed that.
Travis Kelce's mustache?
I think it's
And yeah,
I don't know.
Kelce
It's a
is
little
still
Creeperville for me.
He
A little Chester.
looks like one of those undercover cops. That's what he looks
It's really hard to have a mustache that's not creepy though.
Yeah, you gotta go like full goatee if you're gonna do
Yeah,
like the
long.
mustache and not. I don't know. Like maybe he needs like handlebars or something.
Beard, to be
That's what I appreciated about Aaron Rodgers' mustache. He was like, I know I'm going to look weird, so let's just go the full goat, like full
Yeah.
handlebar, the whole
I
9
like
yards.
it too.
Yeah.
Gina,
Yeah,
when I met
yeah.
Carla at the expo, she
Yeah.
was with Doug and I think Matt Donnelly. And
That's great.
Matt's got this handlebar mustache that is outstanding. It's the old pirate style handlebar. It was great.
Oh, Matt looks like, you know, those old wrestling cartoons where the guy'd be like, oh,
Yes.
they like took him. That's exactly who Matt Donnelly looks like.
Whipley Snad.
Yes, exactly.
Just twisting it. Yeah.
That's Matt Donnelly.
Yeah.
All right.
I
The
put
guest
my
of
phone
honor has arrived. There he is.
There he is.
Welcome.
There he is.
What up, Ty?
Glad to join
Well,
the
wait, but
party.
better than
How's
never.
it going?
Oh, Greg.
Good.
Yeah.
Greg, by the way, look.
I can't read it. What's it say?
Two-hearted IPA. Okay.
Is it a beer or something?
It's a beer from your backyard, man. Come on.
Hey, my backyard is Stroh's.
Program, man.
I grew up,
Go
the
look
only
outside.
beer anybody drank when I was a kid was Stroh's. My dad
Go
did
look outside.
PBR. My dad drank PBR, but all the kids drank Stroh's. The
Yeah.
finest beer brewed from the Detroit River. Nasty stuff.
Yeah, baby.
When I think of Stroh's, all I think of is Mark Martin from back in the day. NASCAR.
All right,
Why
I
did
got-
he
Bring a little,
was he
little
a
racing
sponsor?
for fantasy football chat.
Was Mark Martin sponsored by Stroh's?
Yeah, that way back.
It
I
was-
got an
it was
eight-leg
just what
parlay
we
for you
drank.
guys tonight.
That and Annie Green Springs. You talk about a nasty wine. Annie
Mhm.
Green Springs and Boone's Farm.
Ugh.
Well, we were cheap. We didn't have any
Boone's
money.
Farm, baby, loaded boonies.
Nobody,
load 'em up
when I was a
with
kid, nobody drank hard
vodka.
liquor. We couldn't afford it. Now you got kids making $15, $20 an hour. We made $3 an hour if we were lucky.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I love it. There's
Everything was a lot cheaper then too.
That's true.
Yeah,
Really
most
cool.
things were. You're right.
the move these days is, I think, for cheap alcohols has to be the 40s.
Oh,
40 of Old English.
I knew somebody had to like
Did you see
NASCAR.
that, JC?
Somebody had to know what I was talking about.
JC, here, I got a
Did you see
proposal.
the fumble?
Oh, hold on. You're proposing?
I got a proposal for you and Tyler and whoever else. We all have to go each of us get a 40 of Old English. And then we have to sit on and do an episode where we all finish it by the end of the episode.
I'll do it
Well,
if it's
JC needs to
Mickey's.
get
I'll do
two
a
because he's
Mickey's.
got to drink one for me.
Yeah.
I'll do two. I'll do the Mickey's then. Fine, I'll do a Mickey's. If it's Mickey's, I'll do it.
Mickey's.
Mickey.
That would
I
be tough
don't know
on
what
me.
that is.
I'll
What
drink the whole
is-
thing quick, dude.
How about a good old
Mickey?
like Steel Reserve?
Oh, malt liquor. It's like malt beverage beer. It gets you pretty drunk.
Mhm.
So the question is, was it McLaughlin or Javante
that's a
that
fumble.
fumbled?
That's a
That's
fumble.
McLaughlin.
He'll be
His
on the bench.
arms are too small. It's not Devontae.
They must have called it not a fumble.
He's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
He's like, please let me go back out.
Please let me go. I won't do it again, Coach. I promise.
I'm sorry.
Quickest way to get to the bench.
Yeah.
Fail to pick up a blitz,
Not if
or
you're
fumble the
Madison.
ball.
Not if you're Alexander Madison. You'll still get put back out there. Go back on out there, buddy. You can do it again.
Well, that's because they're like, all right, we got to bench Alexander. Go put the. Never mind, Alexander, go back in.
I still think
Just-
they ought to
just-
be playing
go
Dwayne
sit in the corner.
McBride.
There you go.
I think they should. Cam Akers looks just fine, man. He was like his first game.
Oh,
back
there you go. That
Don't
boy, Russ.
don't remind me on Cam Akers. I can't believe
I want to
was
see
traffic
Dwayne
on this
McBride.
man.
I want to see what the kid. can
Well,
do.
Greg, here's the thing with Dwayne, and it's JC. You could tap in if you agree or disagree because you know the Vikings better than me. But just what you just alluded to, blitz pickups and a little bit of that. They'll probably get more of Dwayne in. But heading into the season, I don't think you could afford to have anyone back there that didn't know the offense perfectly and couldn't pick up a blitz because that offensive line was in tatters.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably
All
true.
right.
And
Everybody
we
else.
don't know if McBride can catch because what do you have, like 6 catches as an entire
They had a
college
really
career?
peculiar usage in college.
Hey, did
Here's
y'all
the
see?
deal.
Y'all probably already talked about it, but did y'all see Steve Smith's just like obliteration of Jerry Judy live on TV?
Mark Schlereth? Oh, no, you're talking about Steve Smith today? Is there a new one?
Oh yes.
I mean, he just like laid it on him, which was partly. It looks like it was partly deserved because of
I was like, I
Judy's
couldn't
response.
believe my ears.
It's like you're a wide receiver 3 at best. It's like, oh,
Dude, that's great. It's still nothing will top Schlereth. Like, you mean by old heads, someone who's got more playoff starts than you have wins or something like that? Like,
Yeah.
McLaughlin
more playoff
got
wins
another
than you have
chance.
starts.
He's out there. They
Jaleel
didn't
for 8
trust him.
yards right there. I mean,
What'd you say,
he's still
Gina?
doing pretty good.
McLaughlin got another chance.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
8
but he's
yards.
back on the bench already, Gina.
well, he
Well,
has
he
to be
was-
back on the bench.
No, he was just out there.
I know, but when you were saying it, I'm ahead of you guys by about 20
Oh.
seconds.
yeah. Greg's from the future.
So he's able to.
I hate doing these
What the
watch
next
parties
play's gonna
because
be.
last time I did it with Tyler and JC, they were telling me about things going on that I hadn't seen yet.
Well, we only
I
did
was
that
like
'cause you were
3
like,
plays
I don't
behind them.
care. You guys tell me what's going on. It's cool.
It's a commercial,
It's
Tyler.
fun.
It's a commercial. That's what's going on.
Greg is going to give us play-by-play every 30 seconds
Of the commercial.
for the
Oh,
rest
here.
of the
Okay,
game.
No,
I'm
I
on the
won't.
commercial
No, I
too,
won't,
Greg.
Ronnie,
I'm right
because
there
it
with you.
really upset me when I was doing it. That's why I didn't go back the next week, because I wanted to enjoy the game.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, next time, Greg, just say something. Say, hey guys, can you not tell me what happens next?
No,
And we'll
it's
do
not
that.
fair to
But when you
guys.
say, oh, I don't care, you guys tell me.
You're running the show, buddy.
I wasn't running. This is JC's show. I'm a guest.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
just here.
I'm
I'm
I'm a
nobody.
guest too. I'm doing my best as well.
Hey, I'm a guest too.
Look, do you see?
Oh,
I
this
don't
is
have near the
Gina's
beard
show.
JC has. You have to have that kind of a beard to be the host. All right.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Gina's show. She's the only
Yeah, I'm
one
trying to
worth
get my
watching.
beard like JC.
Lot of-
Like JC.
lot
I'm
of
a guest.
Gina,
Right here.
Let
Gina
me
has
show you
no
me.
beard. She cannot go.
I hope I don't have a
It's
beard.
more of a, it's more
I
of a-
shave it. So
Yeah. I gotta get it.
Oh, this is good. Gina, my sweet,
get
I won't
it.
say her name. I'm related to this woman, though.
Greg, Greg clean
Gina,
shave.
she put wax on her face to wax her, like, whiskers.
I had a wedding
Yeah,
last
not a good-
weekend. I had to shave.
no. Ooh.
Like, second-degree burns across her face.
Oh. Yeah, that can get hot in a hurry.
Yeah. She's fine now, so we just make fun of her.
Yeah, she's
Alright.
great. She's got a couple scars. Not a big deal. Still beautiful.
I remember getting the FaceTime. I was like, you did what? What did you do?
What?
Wax
Wait.
your
What did?
face?
What did she do?
She waxed her face, like,
Yeah,
this whole
okay.
area and then up here, and which
Yeah.
I've heard of doing, like,
Gina,
letting up-
you're a female. Answer this. Why in the world would anybody wax their legs, face, any part of their body twice? I understand doing it once because you don't know.
Oh, those
But why
people.
would you do it twice?
You should steer clear of those people because if you're doing that another, I did one strip on my leg one time and I was like tapping out forever.
Yeah.
Razors are fine.
Well, that just shows you're smart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a glutton for punishment. No, I was out on that. It is literally the most painful thing I've ever felt in my entire life. Wow.
I played football, basketball, ran track, and played baseball in high school. And every coach I ever had said, "No pain, no gain."
Yeah.
And I always responded with, "No pain, no brain." Pain is your body's way of saying stop.
Yeah, and like there's other alternatives that aren't painful in that particular example. So I don't know. I don't get it. You got to go back. I mean, if I only had to do it once and it never grew back, let's do it.
Well,
But
that's
you got to
what
go back
laser
like every
surgery is
month,
for.
forget it.
Well, that's why they use laser nowadays.
Which also
Laser-
hurts, by the way.
Oh, does it? I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
like
only do it once.
getting like a rubber band, like constant like rubber bands like on you. That doesn't feel good.
No. They stopped him on 4th. Or was that on 3rd?
Now they're punting.
Good.
Oh no, they're returning.
Who's this? Who's Burton?
Number
He scored
12.
a 2-point conversion last week. Who was Burton?
Pull back.
Burton?
Yeah, he got the
Trey
2-point
Burton?
conversion last week. Not Trey Burton. Like the snowboard guy.
Snowboard guy.
Yeah, Burton is a snowboard brand.
Oh.
He invented snowboards.
Hey, you cut up on the snowman? You hit that powder, bro?
Dude, it's probably gonna snow here soon. This is
Do you
Minnesota.
actually though? Because I've been
Thank
meaning to
God.
take a trip somewhere and
Thank
go
God
ski.
where I live, where I'm not getting snow yet.
You wanna know what's crazy? You're talking about 3rd-degree burns. I actually got 3rd-degree burn in Colorado snowboarding on my face.
Really?
Just from
Why in the
snowboarding.
world are you guys
Yep.
cursing?
It was crazy. It hurt so bad, man. I couldn't even eat.
Stop
Oh my
using
God.
those 4-letter words.
What
Oh,
word?
I'm sorry, Greg.
Work, snow, the 4-letter
Oh.
words.
The snow's
That's why I
not
live in
bad.
North Carolina. I moved away from the snow.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
Thailand.
Thank goodness.
The cold day in Thailand was 75 degrees.
Yeah, see, it's that cold. Like after like 32 degrees is where it starts to snow. Like that's where accumulation comes down and it's snow. That's fine, but when it's minus 52 with wind chill,
Yeah.
that's not even a real thing. That shouldn't be
No.
real.
32
Your like
degrees is
nostrils
nice.
stick together. Like you go
I'll for sure
outside and
fix
sniff and it's like
well, it gets so cold it hurts.
You
Like,
should see my
32
beard in the
degrees is
wintertime.
nice
It's like icicles.
yeah.
as long as it's Celsius. 32 Celsius is wonderful.
all right,
I
so
used
you like warm area, yeah, Greg?
Yeah.
All right, so for Scott Fish Bowl next year, will you help me put together a Scott Fish Bowl Cancun?
I could. I have to clear it with my wife, but I can. My daughter's a flight attendant, so I fly cheap.
I think I've been thinking about it more and more the last few weeks because somebody brought up some of the international stuff, and I just kept thinking about popping back on a beach and drafting, and just it sounds like maybe the best time.
Just
Yeah, I'm
thought about,
not sure
just popping
Cancun's
back
the
on a
best place to
beach.
do it, but there's.
I only mentioned Cancun because I've been and I know how to do it cheaply. That's
Oh, it's interesting because I'm actually going
I
to
met
Mexico in
actually
like
at the
December.
expo this year.
I'm going to
met-
Mexico in December.
I met a guy from Mexico.
Really?
It's pretty big in it. Rui, was it Rui?
yeah, Rui Marco. He is the man. He's so nice, dude.
He is
such
a good guy.
Yeah.
Is he
So
the
we
spinner?
have a live draft league every year, and this year we did Scottsdale, Arizona. So it was kind of like kicking back and
Dude, that sounds
we're at
great.
like a really nice
Oh, wow.
resort. So I can attest to the fact that it is very nice to be in a warm area, kicked back, drafting. We did that in the house, though it wasn't really like poolside. Too many
Yeah.
people. But it was awesome. We did it over like 2 days. The draft was over 2 days, but we were all there for like 4 days. It was good.
I poured water over the entire strip.
I think it would be really, really neat to find over time a location like that. Like we have the local ones and we kind of know, but they're big venue locations. I would love to do an annual draft where it's a crew of 10 to 14 people and we like there's a lodge in Cancun or a place in Yosemite that we go every summer and we just hunker down and like separate from everything and have a good time and draft. I think that would be maybe the ideal scenario for me. And not just Scott, I just want to be a part of something like that.
Yeah, that's basically what we do in that league. It's like
I'm jealous.
I know. It's this year I think we had 16. It's like amazing that 16 people will come together and commit to that, but they're out there. And it's like a great, great group of people. and we've all become really good friends. We've done it. Last year was in Vegas. That was the inaugural year. And then we did Scottsdale, and then Nashville is the next location for next year.
Woo, that'll be
Aren't
fun.
Catfish leagues 14 teams usually?
12.
They're 12?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I thought I had 14 in my division.
Maybe just yours.
Look, dude, my team's so bad it feels like there's 14 people in my league.
I either get 2 wins or 2 losses every week.
Greg, you missed it. Gina complained to us a little bit. She said that she dropped outside of the top 100, so she's
Number 124.
Oh my
Gina,
God.
I'm sitting at 6-4 and just hoping I qualify for the playoffs.
And I lost to the median. Like, to add insult to injury,
That's
I
happened to
lost
me. This has happened to me multiple times, Gina. I don't want to hear it.
Well,
Yeah.
had it happened, it was really depressing.
Every week, I'm either 2 wins or 2 losses, which means when I lose, I'm losing to the median.
Yeah.
And when I'm winning, I'm beating the median.
I only
That's
lost
not
by
fair.
like a couple too. Like I was sitting, like at one point it was like point something, and I'm like, this game just needs to end right now.
So there's 10 games right now. So are you 9-1 then?
No, I'm 8-2 because I lost to that median.
Ah, okay.
Oh man.
But you
How-
can lose
Isn't
to
it
the
like 6
median and
wins
still win
automatically
your
get you to
game.
the playoffs?
No, it's like, no, isn't it 13?
his knee was down.
13 wins get you into the playoffs.
13 automatically.
That's so far to go.
Life is so
I
hard.
know.
She yells from her balcony as her butler shines her
She's
shoes.
probably scoring 300 points a week.
No,
I'm
I have
struggling to
not
get
broke
200.
300 yet. I have not. This week was my last week was my lowest, and I scored 204 or something. But I had Aaron Jones in my lineup. I did not know he was like really that
Not playing.
questionable. And he was in a running. I didn't have another running back to plug in. It was Monday night, so I had to take a goose egg on him.
Gina, who are your quarterbacks?
I have Sam Howell. Hold on. I have quite a few leagues. Wait a minute. I have Geno Smith, Sam Howell, and Dak.
So you have 3 quarterbacks.
Yes.
I have 4 quarterbacks.
Me
I
too.
have- oh yeah, stick your thumb up, JC. Listen to who I have. I've got Danny Dimes. I've got Derek Carr. I've got Tyrod Taylor, who is
Oh,
Danny Dimes' backup, and I
it
got
might be
Clayton
better than
Tune.
Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones.
Here's my 4. My 4 are Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, Sam Howell, and let me take.
Well, you got at least 3 starters.
Oh yeah, those are 3 starters at the very minimum.
Is that about the 5th catch for Kelsey already today?
Yep.
So I got really lucky, and I had drafted.
Oh, and I also have Tua. I have Tua as well.
Jesus. Were the people in your league just not drafting quarterbacks?
I guess.
Yeah.
You just went first 4 picks, all quarterbacks.
I spread them out in between. I was surprised that some of these quarterbacks were still. I mean, I was surprised that Brock Purdy was not that high going into the drafts this year. I got him. I believe it was in the. Well, when did I get him? I believe it was in the 7th round, 8th round. I got him.
Okay, I don't understand. Watching this game, like every time like Kelsey sets, whoever whoever's covering him immediately leaves him.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. They're like, I'm out.
It's crazy.
I don't
The
understand how
Swifties paid him
KC
off.
can't score a
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah. And Greg.
Oh, Sky Moore, you had it. Come on.
No,
He only got his feet.
He didn't have it.
He
He
never
didn't
had
have it.
Never.
that one wasn't Moore's fault.
Yeah.
Greg, did you draft Travis Kelsey and Scott Fish?
I did.
I did too. Where were you drafting from?
107, I think.
Dang,
Whoa.
you got him at the 107
Yeah, because quarterbacks win.
in
Yeah,
your
right.
Scott Fish?
I know. You
Yeah, it's
can't
a
say
super
that
flex.
casually,
Quarterbacks
Greg.
win.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
That's
put
really
Kelsey at
late.
the 104.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
late.
needs to go look
I
it
would
up
have.
on that
I've
site.
taken him at 101 in some leagues. in my personal league, I opened up a poll and let the audience tell me who to draft, and they said Justin Jefferson. And so I basically traded, I think it's Anthony, Two Fat Guys Fantasy.
Yeah.
I traded Justin Jefferson and Kendre Miller last week to Anthony for David Montgomery and Amari Cooper. And he got half a game of Justin.
Anthony, that hurts. I didn't know what happened to you. I didn't know that Greg did you like that.
Yeah, I kind of committed to going Kelsey in my first pick, so I decided to hold off on quarterback, which is why I don't have like a superstar quarterback.
But you got 3 of them. I couldn't get a third starter.
Viable quarterbacks. I mean, I don't have like one of the top ones, but I have Kelsey.
I've got Kelsey, and I think I've got Stephen Diggs.
I was like, Steven
Diggs. That's
Steven Diggs. That's
brother.
In Greg's time, they didn't have Stephons.
He only did Urkel, wasn't it? Or wasn't Urkel's like? Wasn't it Stefan? What was Urkel's other counterpart? Remember Steve Urkel?
Oh yes.
Yep.
Wait, he did have.
Wasn't it Stefan because he's Steve?
Might have been.
Yeah, it was Stephon. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Where did you pull that piece of info?
There's some knowledge in here somewhere.
That was like that was like a random question on one of Iggy's one of Iggy's game shows or something.
Yeah, that was like trivia facts from like the 1990s.
It wasn't Anthony. Yeah. Wendy.
What's up, Wendy?
Hi, Wendy.
I know Wendy's talking about getting a second monitor so she can come on and watch with us.
Need to make that step.
Do it.
Because this place is a good place to be.
It's always fun. Better than the Manning cast.
Good people are making fun to be around.
I mean, you got Ronnie in his toilet stall, Gina in front of flannel, the tryhards on the right with nice like fantasy backdrop, and then you got the people that don't even want to show their face on camera.
Dante, you're beautiful.
On
that face on there.
I like to keep the show classy. So I hide my face. Hey, Dante.
Look, Greg,
classy.
you and your recliner, there is nothing more classy, okay?
Greg, you know the George Costanza pose where he's getting painted?
Greg says
it's Thursday football. You should be in a recliner.
He's got the old style water.
With a nice towel behind your neck.
Yeah.
You're killing the game.
Well, the towel is so I can roll it up and get like a neck roll under it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you know you
I'm
made
old
it.
school. I use what I can. I use what I have.
There you go. Just use what you got.
Greg's got the old school like water balloon you have to fill up.
The recliner goes up.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Oh, I
Greg,
know.
I miss your beard though. I tell you that.
Nilla wafer.
Nilla.
Oh, man,
I love Nilla
Sponsored by
wafers.
Nilla
Oh my
Wafers.
God.
Don't forget
I
to
haven't
smash
had them
that
in a
subscribe.
We're sponsored by Nilla Wafers.
How
How much they pay us?
One wafer per viewer.
Did Casey miss? And did Casey?
He's the only
miss
one getting
short
paid.
No,
break?
they
tried
faked
to
it.
go for it.
They faked it
but they
and
got
tried to do
Oh,
a tush
okay.
push
Yeah,
with Noah
sorry.
Gray, and they failed.
Yeah.
I
Because
missed
Noah
it.
Gray
See, I'm
is not
talking to you
Jalen
guys,
Hurts.
and I missed the big play.
I don't know how big it was.
Dude, the smell of a Nilla Wafers box when you first open
It's
it.
just it's so triggering.
So good.
People are gonna think that Denver has a
Is
good
that
defense.
Dolchich?
Yeah, it's
Ronnie,
almost-
do you like banana
Mackerel?
pudding?
that was
He's
almost
actually
Of course, you like
almost
only
there.
if it's
Don't?
got
Mm-mm.
vanilla wafers in it. Banana pudding.
I'm not
has
a
to
big
have vanilla
pudding guy
wafers.
in general, but I don't like a ton of banana flavored sweets.
That was crazy risky play.
Yeah, I know. But
was almost
it was
six.
Dolchich. Man, that guy got decked in the eye.
Mhm.
I think it's like sacrilegious to live in North Carolina and not like banana pudding. So it's sort
Gina,
of
where are you at in North
I
Carolina?
lived in Raleigh for a year and a half.
I'm just north of Charlotte, actually, Race City, USA,
Really?
for those NASCAR fans. I'm in
Okay.
NASCAR country.
My
More
daughter,
small.
my
Family
oldest
right
daughter
outside
lives
of
in
Charlotte,
Winston
too.
Salem,
Oh, it's about an hour from me.
and we moved to Wilmington area
Oh, beautiful.
when we came back from Thailand because she was getting married. And we wanted to be close enough to attend the wedding, but far enough away that every time they had a fight, she didn't come home.
Wilmington is beautiful.
Really?
It's
out
on
on
the
the
coast. I like water.
Yeah. The
I don't know
Outer
if it-
Banks out there is just gorgeous. And I've lived in North Carolina for like 22 years, I think. And
You don't have a North Carolina accent. Where are you from?
no, I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I don't have a
Oh.
Massachusetts
Really?
Yeah,
accent
you
either.
don't have a Boston. You didn't.
I don't
you
pack
don't
the
well,
cat.
God.
Well, I'm right here in Rhode Island, so I'm not too far away from you. Oh
I was
yeah,
in Rhode Island.
Rhode
Oh,
Island.
so we can blame
Rhode
you for
Island is
Joe
beautiful
Biden.
this time of year, especially.
Rhode Island.
Yeah. I was in Rhode Island a couple months ago. I was
Hmm.
watching a Debbie Gibson concert outside of
Oh, wow.
Providence. You
She's
probably
still
don't even know who that
performing?
is.
She's still performing.
Yes.
Hey, I just saw
Greg, are you-
somebody. I think Kansas is having a 50th anniversary tour.
Kansas.
Wow.
These guys are 70 years old. Think about it.
Hey, they still doing what they do best.
I saw them live in Germany when they were still on top.
Mm.
You go see the Rolling Stones right now, and it's like watching a face never move the entire time while words come out.
Well, Walsh for Kansas would play the keyboards and do a handstand on the keyboards while he was playing.
Wow.
Kansas had some pretty complex songs. They really did.
One of my favorite photos. I don't know if you know this. I think you know this about me, Greg. But I did a lot in the music space, and I'm a big music guy. It's my
Yeah,
favorite.
you told me. Yeah.
But maybe my favorite all time photo from music is the one of what's his name? Rocket Man, Elton John.
Elton
Uh,
John. Saw him live too. He has a good show.
Lucky.
There's that
man.
photo of him hitting the keyboards, and he's doing like a scorpion with his legs up above his head while he's hitting the keyboards. It's a
Yeah.
photo from the side. Oh my gosh, dude! It's one of the coolest pictures ever.
He's a weird cat. Him and Bernie.
He is. I have a lot of friends that are in the recovery scene down here in Atlanta, and he shows up to AA and NA meetings here, like 2 miles down from where I am. There's a church that does a bunch of them, and he goes there sometimes. It's interesting. I think he's supposed to be like a regular dude, and then when you put him on performance, he turns into a peacock.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Gawk.
the peacock is show, though. I mean, a lot of that show.
For sure.
Wendy says she saw Rod Stewart when he was 70, and it was top 5 concert of all time.
Mm.
Wow.
I think my favorite concert, I saw Led Zeppelin 3 months before Bonham died.
Oh, Greg.
3 months before Bonham died. I saw Queen. Queen was really good.
And that's the 6th catch of Travis Kelce.
Hey,
Man.
Kelsey's doing it.
Is he at
Tina
80
Taylor's
yards
at the
yet?
game.
Maybe.
Tyler, is he at 80?
Say what?
77
Is
yards.
he at 80 yards?
Yep.
I don't know yet.
Unless he just gets a catch out here. Yeah, he's at 80. Oh, yeah, he's
This
over.
this was first half.
Yeah, I took him for anytime touchdown. That was not smart. Just like
Listen,
Well, I
I need
don't know.
that
They'll
win.
probably have a
Against
touchdown.
this defense, that's probably still a smart bet.
I need that win in Scott Fish after the loss, so he can just have all of the targets. I'm good with
well, I
that.
mean,
Great.
he's already got, in Scott Fish, he's probably already at like 20.
I'll check.
Pacheco
check.
tonight, so hopefully-
Oh yeah, at a point and a half per reception.
Hopefully Pacheco does some miracles for me.
29.
I was pretty.
Wow.
What did I say? 28. Yeah, I was
I
pretty close.
projected
There's
100 yards and a
That's great.
touchdown for Pacheco.
And I'm officially
Hopefully
projected to win
hopefully
right
he
now.
gets it here.
I wasn't.
Oh, Tina.
Pacheco was they're
Immediate.
talking.
I can't get another double loss.
Oh my gosh.
You're not gonna
You
get a
move
double
back into the
loss.
top
You're gonna be
100.
okay.
There's
You can
Pacheco.
basically
There he
sneak
is.
your way into the
There he
playoffs.
is.
Yeah, but if he could have stayed up.
Sorry, that wasn't
man.
probably the right terminology.
Boy, I would not want
I
to
wanna
go in
see
the locker
Rasheed do
room
some
with
stuff.
Andy Reid with only 3 points.
There it is.
Yeah.
To the house, right here. Ah,
He had that
If
wide
he
open.
could have only stood up, he only had
Oh,
21
sure.
it
tackles.
was
They got his ankle.
When he said she's seen one
I
He's
saw
girl.
mad,
Pacheco,
too.
the ice
He's
skating
really
movie.
Oh yeah.
He, There was a movie, The Cutting Edge, and the Pomchenko was an ice skating move. So I just refer to him as the ice skating.
And there's
What,
Kelsey.
what was the guy's name in that? Was it
Doug
D.B. Sweeney
Dorsey?
or something?
Doug Dorsey, right?
I remember that.
And he was
movie.
the hockey player.
Yeah, and they got him to do. It was
Figure
a
skating.
Olympics figure skating movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
Kelsey was grim.
So was nobody going to guard Kelsey at this
No.
point?
They can't guard him. He's
You
too
guys
good.
talking about Blades of Glory?
No, The Cutting Edge. It was a little more romantic than Blades of Glory.
Patrick
I
Mahomes' wife
can't
is
wait
all
for the
about this.
movie,
He's
the
with now.
November movie that's coming out, The Marvels.
Come on, find somebody.
Greg, you like all that comic book stuff?
I do.
Oh yeah.
But I like Marvel way more than DC. The
All right, one
DC
second.
movies just they don't have the humor that the Marvel movies have. I did like
Yes,
Wonder
right.
Woman. I did like Wonder Woman.
Ronnie has to wipe.
I thought I was Wonder Woman when I was a little kid.
We
I
got
was
my
convinced.
niece a Barbie, a Wonder Woman Barbie. She loves it.
She-Ra, remember her?
Yeah.
Definitely had a She-Ra.
Gina, you're aging yourself.
I am old. I'm old.
No, Gina, I'm old. You
I'm probably
are
the youngest one in
prime.
here.
You are
You
prime.
are. You are.
I just remember the good days, you know?
Yeah. You,
I still have
Wendy,
a lot of
Carla,
trauma.
you're all prime. You're not old. My
I
wife
haven't
is
seen.
28.
I haven't seen what y'all have seen yet.
My wife is
Never aged
28
past
for the
29.
34th year.
Yeah, I would just celebrate my 29th over and over and over. It's fine.
She stopped at 28.
Smart.
Who scored?
Ooh.
Oh, that was
19.
Kadarius.
Oh, Tony.
Kadarius Tony got in.
Wow, he actually kept it in his hands.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, he's been getting.
He's got
He's
talent.
been trending up.
He
Yeah,
stole,
he's
he
got
stole that
talent.
touchdown away from Pacheco. I don't like it.
That's right, because Pacheco was like 4. He got him to the 4. He should have got at least one carry down there.
Exactly.
Kadarius Tony said, "You know what? I am him."
Oh, that was a nice pick play.
And then he'll get hurt on the next play after.
Tony? No, he'll drop a ball.
You guys are a tough crowd.
Well, the flag down. I wonder what that is. Go for
He-Man,
baby,
yes.
let's
Go for 2. Go for 2.
He-Man and She-Ra.
Yeah. Go for 2 and give it to. Oh, shoot. It's on Kansas City. So say go for 2 and give it to Pacheco.
Of course.
At least he can get 2 points out of it.
Of course. At least.
But the bet was an anytime touchdown for JC. No, that was Kelsey.
Yeah, but I don't gamble, so I don't care if JC loses money.
Hey,
Look, you gotta care. JC needs to make the money, okay?
He's got to buy me dinner at Expo next year.
I thought you were
hey,
buying him
here's
dinner.
not done.
I was
You're-
going to, but
Maybe
he
I can
wanted
make
to
the
bet
Expo
on
next
Desmond
year.
Ritter
Who knows?
over under 3,200 yards. I took the over.
Is he even close?
Uh,
I know he had a good game last game.
he's on pace for 3,600 right now.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
He needs to
He
average
had one big game last
179 to make 32. If he averages 179 passing yards per game and plays the rest of the games,
I
Yeah.
like that last part. And plays, but it doesn't matter. He has to be. He has to
hey,
be
ask JC
available.
who
Available.
his
to play.
forced quarterback was this week.
It was Ritter.
Betting against himself.
I don't know about that.
Hey, 3,200 should be
Washington.
easy. He's got the tools. He's got Drake London, and he's got Bijan, who catches the ball well, and he's got Kyle Pitts, who's a good receiver.
Vegas
Bijan
did
catches the ball
agree.
really well out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Vegas did not
Oh,
agree
yeah.
with you. Vegas said that Desmond Ritter over under theirs was at 25.50. That's what I mean. So I took the very good side of that bet. I mean,
You should have hedged your bet by going over in Vegas then.
probably should have.
Should have hedged your bet.
Go see what Vegas says now.
That's what you need, Greg. Greg, I went to go find my comic books, and this is good because I just realized they're still in storage.
Yeah, good.
I thought they were in my new place. They're not.
You know, if I'd have known that comic books would become valuable when I was a kid, I'd have
Don't even
protected
saying-
those things, but
Mhm.
I don't have any now.
Dude.
Well, there's a lot of that we could look back and say we
Oh
should.
yeah.
Man, all the
I've
But
got
just
Pokemon.
save some of the coins. Just
Ronnie?
save some of the coins you had back then.
Ronnie needs some reading material for his bathroom over there. He needs his comic book.
Gina,
Hey Ronnie, is that a for sale sign behind you?
Yes.
Yeah, who's for sale?
He's
This
selling his toilet.
So
I've had Derek Henry on the for sale sign for 3 weeks because I called it at the beginning of the season that you wanted to get out.
you're selling your toilet?
You know what? If we want to
Yeah,
make
Derek
the joke
Henry.
that I
Yeah.
dump on Derek Henry
His
every
name's
week.
Derek Henry.
It's funny.
Well, Derek Henry, curse of 370. I'm telling you. Bob Harris may not like the term curse, but look at where he's at. Look where he was last year.
Well, you also don't have Taylor Lewan leading the way anymore.
It's true.
Don't care. I don't care why a player suffers after they get 370 touches. I just know that 90% of them do.
Next
That's
week will be
why
a
I
good
only
one.
do
Saints
300.
Jags. That'll be a good one.
Whenever I play
People
Madden,
assume Arthur Smith doesn't like to throw the ball. I disagree. He does what he thinks best for the team. I think Arthur Smith will throw the ball I like that, Gina.
My doggy.
You just made my day. Yeah.
Hi.
Is that a poodle mix?
No, she's a Maltese Lhasa.
Does she shed?
Nope, not at all.
Then she's as good as a poodle.
She's my favorite child. They know it. Don't worry.
I believe you.
I tell them all the time, like, this is why she's my favorite.
Nobody will ever love you like a dog will. Not
Yeah.
a wife, not a husband, not a kid. Dogs are unconditional.
Yeah, it's my little buddy.
What do you think? Judy gets a catch here? No.
No.
Do they
I do.
throw to Jerry Judy?
Anything Steve Smith says about a receiver, I definitely take that in I cherish his words because he was one of the best.
Carolina wide receiver Steve Smith.
Oh yes. Man, he was
I
just
love that
scrappy.
guy's game.
Especially even when he played with the Ravens, he was scrappy, man. Like he just the smack talk he would talk to people. Ice up, son.
5'9" tough guy. 5'9" tough guy.
Still,
Oh,
yeah,
he
and
was
effective.
He was good. He
All
was
time.
he could catch like everything too. He was
And
so
he was
good.
fast.
Yeah, he's
That was really fast.
strong.
he's
too.
everything that I hope Sky Moore could be.
We'll see.
Man,
No, we
I
won't.
stay away from
Yeah,
those
you either
players
got it when you
altogether.
start or you never get it.
Yeah, the Sky Moore.
Not even Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams had it when he started.
I have one starter in this game. It's the Kansas City defense.
I got
I
Kelsey.
have him. I have Javonte Williams, and I have Jerry Judy.
Oh,
Is Judy in your lineup?
another sack.
Judy is starting in one of my lineups.
Is it because somebody's on a bye?
Yeah, somebody's on the bar.
Well, it could also be because he
Be
thinks
easy
they're
on
gonna
him.
Just
feature him.
Inquiring
because they were talking about
minds.
trading him.
Gina's like, I'm top of the board in Scott Fish.
Gina, I'm
Oh.
playing the Bears.
You really starting Judy right now?
Dude, if they would have handed it to McLaughlin, he was so open on that left side. Like nobody went that way. Everybody went left. Like he's wide open.
You know, there's a reason they don't throw back across the field like that, Jason.
No, I'm talking about hand the ball off here.
Oh,
Look at that. That's the field. There's nobody on that side of the field. One person.
well, I'm watching Kelsey recognize a kid in the tunnel.
yeah, me too.
Does he think he's Mean Joe Green or what?
I like the way he grabs his stomach afterwards after the chest bump.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that kid hit.
Oh, that's terrifying. That commercial with the
The
Skittles.
Skittles one.
I'm like, now I'm gonna have nightmares.
All the Skittles commercials are wild.
Oh,
The band Skittles commercials are always wild.
there's some creepy doll.
All right. The legs are going back up.
Dude, that's a really good commercial. That endeared me a little bit more to Kelsey. I like that.
The Kelsey.
I know
commercial?
everyone is annoyed by the whole Taylor Swift thing. I don't care. I think it's hilarious, and I also think it's the coolest thing an NFL player has done related to pop culture in 20 years. So you know what?
I think it's stupid that people won't let these people just live their lives.
Yeah.
If they're in love, good for them. If they're not, who cares?
I see a lot of stuff from people that are like, "Oh, I didn't even like Kelsey because he did that reality show, but Nick feels it. He's just a attention seeker and blah blah." I'm like, no, he's just like a world great athlete who's on the face of everything and is now dating a girl you'll never talk to. Like,
Yeah, tell me something.
What?
What man that's in their 30s wouldn't want Taylor Swift as a girlfriend?
Here's the
I don't
thing.
even
Not
like her
only can
music,
she
right?
buy you whatever she wants to buy you, but she can sing you to sleep.
Well, even if the
I
entire
mean, I can sing you to
relationship
sleep.
is
It's
all,
just not gonna sound good, but I'll do it.
I would even argue that if they came out in 2 months and said we only dated for the attention, I'd be like, great, that was a smart business decision.
Yeah, it was. It's good PR. It's great PR.
I think it'd be best though if they like, okay, she was there. That's neat. Now let's like get back to football.
But
I
she's
think
been
the
to 3
NFL
straight
coverage of it
games.
has been annoying.
I kind of think it's serious. She's gone to 3 straight games. I think it's serious.
No, she missed
She was
one.
not at the Vikings game. She was
Yeah.
definitely. They did not show her there at all.
She
got
went
off
to
the
New
plane,
York. She
they
was
never
in
showed her once.
It
KC.
was 2, and then she missed the It must have been the Vikings, and then
Okay, and then now this one.
They did show her.
KC played the Vikings.
They did show her landing in Minnesota, but she probably got right back on the plane and left because nobody wants to be here.
just kidding.
Y'all stadium's cool though.
It is a good stadium.
Can
The
you
stadium's
imagine though? Travis Kelsey, 34-year-old white dude, has Taylor Swift. I wonder what Pat Mahomes is thinking right now.
I think
Right.
he's
Pat
probably
Mahomes is
still
his high
happy.
school sweetheart.
Apparently,
married
Pat
to her?
Mahomes' wife and
That's
her
on
was
that
a
eternal
fighter.
love grind. He doesn't care. Him and Steph Curry both. They did it the old school way, and I appreciate it.
You know who we haven't heard about in a long time? Mahomes' brother.
Who?
Did he actually go to jail?
He
about
said
all
some
that
stupid stuff.
No, he
well, we
he
don't talk about him. We don't talk
Yeah,
about
he did some bad stuff. He did more
Hey,
than
Jarek
talk
McKinnon's
stuff.
on the field.
Interesting.
Mahomes is
Oh,
definitely
he
better.
fell down. Oh my God, he fell down.
Do I have to pay extra for this future coverage?
I hope
Uh,
not.
Yeah, the check should already be in the mail.
Wait, I'm getting
Sponsored by
And
Nilla.
another
Oh,
pitch.
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Wait a minute. There's a flag on the field.
Is there? Okay, good. Because I got to tell you, Mahomes has not looked good.
Flag on the field.
I'll be curious if he looks good in the second half because he's done this 3 or 4 times a year his whole career. He has these
Yeah.
halves that are off, and then he comes back and he's like,
Oh,
"All right,
it's against Denver. Oh my God.
I'll tell you what, that
Of course
Kareem
it
Jackson
is.
did
Oh, it was Sky Moore, JC. It was your
been
guy.
around for a minute."
Not me. That's not my guy.
Well, but that's
That's
who the
Ronnie's
penalty
guy.
was against.
Ronnie's guy.
The guy covering Sky Moore kind of held him up.
Ronnie was the
Yeah,
one
they're
who
right.
was
That's
Sky
because he's
Moore's
too
player.
good. You can't leave him open.
Ooh.
Tried to go to Kadarius Toney again. Tried to.
That's how you got to sell it right there.
Rumor are that
Boo. No.
Darius Toney was caught
Don't go to
freestyling
Toney
on the
again.
sideline and isn't allowed back in the game.
Ooh. Good play.
Almost got another one, didn't he?
I'm glad we got
Yeah,
rid
he
of him.
did.
Dude, look at Mahomes. Dude, this guy is like, please, Andy, will you please just get me a good receiver?
Just throw it to Travis. Just
I mean,
throw
he's
it
got
to
Chelsea.
Travis.
What do you need?
Travis catches everything.
Oh,
Jerick McKinnon drops it.
get him out of there.
Hey, wait a minute. I got him on my
Can
roster.
we put Pacheco
I don't
in
think
for
he's
like
starting
a
this week,
brief
but I
second?
got him.
Greg, I have 11 leagues this week. One's a best ball, so let's knock that out. 10 leagues. I got Sky Moore in 7 of them.
That's what you call. That's what
He's
you call
still on my roster,
putting
and
it
I'm
all
also-
on one player in the preseason that
it
doesn't
was
pan
a
out.
bit. It was a bit. I did it
Put
so
it all
that I
on
could
black.
That
Put
sounds
it
like
all on
me and
black.
Curtis Samuel. I have
Mm.
so much
Oh,
Curtis
no,
Samuel.
Curtis
I don't hate
Samuel.
it right now. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, because
man,
you got him like either
that's
on waivers
intentional
or like at the
grounding. He
very
didn't
end of
get
the
it
draft.
back. He didn't get
Yeah,
it back to the
he's like
line. That's
free.
intentional.
Yeah, I
grounding.
pulled the trigger on Sky in the 9th in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, no. Curtis Samuel's like a 20th round pick.
And I only did it like one of them, freaking Han Rumto was yelling at me like he was going to take Sky. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll take him.
They call intentional on that?
Yeah, the flag's down. I'm assuming so.
I mean, he's
yeah.
out of the pocket.
Yeah, but he didn't get it to the line of scrimmage.
Ah.
Oh, they called holding.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, and intentional. Okay.
Oh
Flush it
man.
down.
intentional holding.
Intentional grounding plus holding. You know what I meant.
Intentional holding. Yeah, I hold them on purpose.
There was some
They
big
do.
missed calls in that Minnesota game. I'll tell you that though. For
Oh
KC's,
yeah, they were.
They definitely helped KC win that game.
I gotta
And they
say,
still had a lot of penalties. Like
I
KC,
gotta
like
say this
Rest
view
ball
from
out of
behind the
line.
quarterback.
Jason,
That's
Denver's
rest ball.
covering pretty well. They're pretty
I'm down
close
with
to
you,
those
JC.
receivers.
how do you have like 7? They had like 7. They called 7 penalties. And they still didn't call that one at the end of the game like that. That should have gone Minnesota's way. Like, how do you? Yeah, they definitely helped them win that game.
Uh-oh.
I had somebody block me over some shit about
Oh.
that because I was like, the guy was like, you clearly have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, okay, buddy, did you not watch the game? He's like, yeah, they had 7 penalties against, calls against KC already. So I was like, yeah. So you're telling me that your team cheats, for one. That's why they kept calling all these penalties. And for two, they missed some of the big ones to help them win the game. You're an idiot. Tell me I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
but what's that got to do with your observation? You can
I
be
mean-
an idiot and still have a good observation.
That's
true. I watch the Vikings every week, and I watch them and I talk so much shit about them because they should not lose these games.
You still haven't responded to all of my pleading for you to make a remark about me starting the Chicago Bears defense this week in one of my leagues.
I mean, the most turnovers in the NFL is Minnesota, so I mean, why not?
It's the worst defense in the fantasy space versus the most turnover-prone offense. But I would say that my thinking is Minnesota's like crashing. They're almost about to explode on the ground. Chicago's kind of meandering their way back up, so I think overall it might be an ugly game for Minnesota.
So here's the scenario. Sorry to you, Justin Jefferson.
Pirine just had a play.
Samaje.
Ryan.
You about to say the scenario is they
25,
lose
right?
the next 4 games and ice JJ?
Yeah. What's he
Yeah, I
doing?
mean, even if they lose the next 3 out of 4 games, like, because
Pirine plays on 3rd down and 2 minute.
their schedule coming up isn't the best for Minnesota, and if they lose the next, like, I'd say the next 3 out of 4, they'll be 2-7. You think that they're gonna bring JJ back after that and start him and let him play? No, they're probably gonna be like, all right, dude, sit here and we'll pay you next year.
It's a hamstring. They'll bring him back.
Okay. That's same. Who's the last guy? Who has a hamstring right now?
It's football.
Who
Who's
doesn't
got the
have a
hamstring
hamstring
right now?
Achan's got a
Aaron Jones.
hamstring.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
He came back, right? And guess what? He was right back out the next week.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
telling you, hamstrings are not something that you mess
Yeah,
with.
hamstrings are bad. When they get those injuries, they just nag forever. I cringe when I see
Well,
hamstrings.
they nag forever because they don't let them rest the amount of time they
Yeah.
need. You really
That's why
need.
Aaron Jones is back out.
We should talk
yeah,
about that.
4
We should give
weeks
another
should be
football
enough to
round.
heal a hamstring. The
Yeah, it
problem
was.
is they got to keep stretching it while it's healing. Otherwise, you'll just pull it again because it'll be tight.
Mhm.
Why do you want to do that to your franchise when you're not going to win?
Well, that's why I think that.
Well, I mean, even if they lost the rest of their games, JC, they're not going to get the first overall pick.
It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have a top, pick and at least try to grab some kind of quarterback and see who pans out at the top.
Top 5 pick, they can get a quarterback. It's a quarterback heavy draft.
Better chance than trying to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins, because that ain't happening either.
I think the team that drafts JJ McCarthy is going to be very pleasantly surprised.
I can see it. He looks good this year.
He looked good last year, but he was raw. He was very raw.
It's a great example of a guy who's missed. He's has had some stuff happen that's not in his control. So,
well, people don't realize he's a 5-star coming out of high school. So he had the athletic ability. And this was probably his last year because Jaden Davis is coming in, a new 5-star next year for Michigan.
Yeah, man, can you give the guy some time? Jeez.
No.
Give Russ some time.
Chris Jones showing up. Who's 56? Is that Bolton?
I'll be right back.
Damn, that's nice. 95.
Who's 56? Karloftis, yeah. Karloftis and Jones meet at the quarterback.
That's the half. That's the half sack.
I don't know how these guys play that position. You got
crazy,
these big guys that are fast that meet at you.
Get sandwiched.
Oh man, that was a terrible punt.
8 straight regular season games with a sack. That's pretty good statistic right there.
Who's that?
Especially for a DT.
Chandler Jones.
Yeah, but he missed the game.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He didn't get a sack against Detroit.
Detroit's pretty.
He was sitting in the stands.
Yeah. He was saying, I've had consecutive stacks. Give me that money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he got the money, didn't he? Yeah. I think he got the money before.
And he's been playing like he deserved it too. It's a great situation for all parties.
Anthony's got something here for you.
What's that, Anthony?
He said, I'm not sold on McCarthy as a prospect yet. I haven't really started digging into the draft stuff yet, but what I've seen from him reminds me of other good college QBs that don't translate.
Anthony, you'll see. The guy can throw. He can throw every pass you need to throw. He reads well, and he's got legs. He's got wheels.
Is he going to be like Josh Rosen?
I think he's going to be like Josh Allen.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Now, remember, I'm prejudiced because I'm a Michigan fan.
Oh, my goodness.
Was that McKinnon that made that catch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy
catch. So at least I got a point, 0.5 or something.
He was like a pinball right there. It's like,
yeah. 4 seconds left. He wasn't going to score. Oh, there's 11 seconds. I got 1.6 on that one.
Ooh.
So, JC, you want to go ahead and set it up?
Oh, yeah, I got it set up already for DraftKings.
Yeah.
Set a lineup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it set. I already got it ready to go. We just got to share it once it gets to halftime.
This is for DFS, JC?
Yeah, we did one last night, and I think it's going to be a pretty good team too. But this is we do a Millie Maker. We try to put one on Thursdays. We'll put one into a Millie Maker.
So far, we've at least been in the money every week that we've done one.
Yeah.
Knock on
wood. In the money. What does that mean?
Plays where I shouldn't have played. We shouldn't have played Garrett Wilson. That was on me. That was my bad. So explain to a non-gambler what in the money means.
That means we won money.
Yeah, we won money. It's a $3 buy-in, and we took home. So we technically took home $5. So we still won money.
Now, that's 1 week, though, right?
That was that week.
So how are you doing for the year?
I'll have to go back and look. But yeah,
well, how much did we win on the first one?
I'd have to back out of this, and I don't want to do that.
No, I think it was another. I think it was like $12 that time or something.
There was a week the lineup that we so not only that, so it
No,
was a lineup that we set up and I played it in a couple of ones and I ended up taking that week I ended up taking home about $56 with that lineup.
Miami scored 70 points against this team. Kansas
Ooh.
City is celebrating like they
Oh
just won the
man,
World
60
Series
yarder
with
baby.
a 13-point lead.
Is that Butker?
I'm
That's
playing
Butker,
him in a
baby.
league.
I
Oh,
started
man.
Butker in like every league. I have him in like all of them.
I have
So
him in one
you
of my
probably
leagues.
hated that fake then.
That's okay. He already
It's
had
an
a field
extra 3
goal.
points.
He had an extra point, and then he just got a 60-yarder. I'm gonna be all right.
All right.
60 yards,
Prime
that's
Vision?
huge.
What's Prime Vision? The hell's Prime Vision?
Hey, did we start Stafford in our GFS?
I'll look after we set this one. I'll have to tell you. I can't
Okay.
remember. Maybe I can look at my phone. I can look at my phone. I can't remember who we started at. I thought we started. We did a stack. I thought. Let me see. Da-da-da-da.
That's something Ronnie can investigate. Do stacks work out for or pro or con most times?
So he actually was like sending us like require or like suggestions via like what he was putting in with AI. Okay, not live, upcoming. So here is our entry. We did the Ritter Kyle Pitts
Okay.
combo.
Did we do it with Drake or did we do it with Kyle?
Kyle Pitts. So this was our lineup: Ritter, Kamara, Mostert, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Adam Thielen, Logan Thomas, Kyle Pitts, 49ers. A lot of people, there's people saying Thielen could be a bust this week, so we might have to go back and think about that. But I don't know, man. He's the only guy.
Like the only wide receiver to throw the ball to.
Look,
Hey, don't hate on my guy DJ Chark.
4 points.
if
on
Miami
DJ
jumps
Chark.
out to a
He's still there.
lead,
Chark
Yeah,
does get
Miami
kinda.
jumps out to a lead, Thielen's going to get 12 targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good.
I think Thielen's fine.
Yeah. All right. So
We'll start with
Tyler,
a really cheap defense.
you want to start with a really cheap defense?
Yeah, we hit last time on the Jets, man. We hit that big time.
Oh, next gen stats. She said you have to watch and when he's like, you have to watch the Prime Vision, JC.
I've got it up on the side.
I'm out of the loop, man. I got to figure out how to do all this cool stuff. Y'all are just way smarter than me. All right,
That's why
defense.
we need these two monitors.
I don't trust the advanced microanalytics anyway.
Patriots versus Vegas is low.
No, I don't love any of those.
No, me neither.
We might have to spend money on a defense this week.
It's still spending down, like, so here's the thing. So the salary for our set in our lineup is 50,000. That's how much we have to spend. So average per player is 5,555. So regardless,
What's the Dolphins?
I know. I'm like, what about the Dolphins against Carolina?
$3,500.
Do that one. You know they're going to be playing from ahead, which means they can tee off on Bryce Young.
That's pretty tough.
Couple of sacks, maybe an interception, pick six, maybe.
I don't know about pick six, but I would expect 2 interceptions.
So do you want to stack that game and go with like Tua? I bet you we could do it. I bet you could.
Scroll down. I'm going with like a cheap quarterback this week. Like against Jacksonville, I might throw out Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
I like Minshew, but Jacksonville's a good defense.
Jacksonville's like the 30, or was it like the 27th against the rank against quarterbacks?
Yeah. Is it really? I would.
Yeah, good thing about Indy is they got a good O-line.
I just see like him, the games he's played starting, versus Houston and Baltimore, like still not doing great.
Houston and Baltimore are decent defenses. Look how much he got to throw in the Baltimore game, though.
Let's see here. Minshew and I mean, I like you. You said Pittman. I would almost pay way down and go Downs.
I like Downs this week. He gets a lot of targets from Minshew.
Or I mean, who's San Fran play? Purdy was way down there too.
Purdy's
But I don't. Purdy
the
had
sixth
4
week.
touchdowns last week.
He was way down there and available too. So he's a cheap buy still.
I think our guy Greg is off of Purdy this week.
I'm off Purdy this week.
Hey, you guys, I'm probably gonna have to run.
Thanks for stopping by,
Gina,
Gina.
nice meeting
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Hopefully, Gina makes it out to the expo next week or next year.
Next week, I'm like,
See you next week.
I know. I'm like, I better get on that. Yeah, I'm hoping. It's my plan. We do that live draft. We always do around that time, which I already put my request into the commissioner. I'm like, can we not do this weekend? So it is in my plan to make it. So crossing my fingers.
It's a great
The only other
time.
thing, I know. The only other thing is my daughter plays travel softball, and we're all over. And she is just coming back from ACL reconstruction. So it'll be a big summer for her. So if she has a tournament, that would be the only other thing that would get in the way.
How old is she?
She's actually a senior this year.
She's old enough to expect disappointment.
It was,
I'm kidding,
it was
I'm kidding.
really, honestly, the timing couldn't be any worse because she should be recruited right now. And that's not happening when she's mid ACL rehab.
Yep. But if she has a big year, the recruiters will show up.
Well, the problem is like her class was recruited last summer when she had the tear. So they're not going to recruit a kid who's injured when there's healthy kids to recruit right now.
Yeah.
So she's we're looking at a junior college down in Florida that actually has a really phenomenal softball program, and they still continue to recruit out of the junior colleges. So we might go that route. Just have to change it up a little.
JUCO.
Where does she want to go?
Well, being in North Carolina, she really loves Campbell. The Campbell Camels. They're a Division I out in about an hour from Raleigh in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, aka the middle of nowhere.
That sounds like where somebody goes to get murdered.
Kind of. I could see a true crime mystery happening there.
Yeah.
But Campbell's good. They got a good little football team, and they're they're like a mid-tier D1 college.
That's good stuff.
But she'll go somewhere. It's just kind of JUCO gives her an opportunity to continue to come back from the injury, and then who knows, she might go somewhere even better. So
yeah, JUCO is a great opportunity for players. We had a couple opportunities to talk to some players. We did some interviews to some. They're actually hybrid linebackers. We interviewed a lot of these kids coming out of JUCO schools, going to Division II schools, and getting an opportunity to play. Dang it, who's that great linebacker that came out of Penn State? One of the best linebackers to come out of Penn State.
Micah Parsons.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Well, I thought I was a.
I think his last name starts with an L.
Lott? Ronnie Lott.
No.
You went a linebacker.
sounded good, Ronnie.
Linebacker. But we got to interview his kid and his nephew and another kid that he coaches out in California.
Backhand Sean Lee.
No,
it is Sean Lee. Don't tell me I'm wrong. He is the top. He's like a top 5 linebacker all time for Penn State, and he's the only one with an L of the top 10. I just looked.
he was on. Let me see.
It has to be Sean Lee.
Ronnie's like, I know I'm right here.
He's the only good one with an L in his name.
Well, the other thing is just like the savings, I mean, you can go off to Campbell's a private college. You can go spend millions of dollars to go to Campbell, or you can go play 2 years of really good softball for next to nothing and then transfer in, finish your 4-year degree. I mean, you don't get recruited to professional sports from softball. So I'm like, work smarter, not harder.
Speaking of working smarter, not harder, I do have all of my like AI driven crap, which honestly I use GPT and Bard and then plugged in some crap. But I have all of the recommended DFS picks if we want to tap into that at all.
Ooh, okay. On that note, I am actually leaving because that sounds very technologically driven.
No, it's not at all. It's just like, here's what it says.
Oh, no, I really do have to go though. But thank you. It was fun. Enjoy the rest of the game. I'm sure it's going to be great, Ronnie.
I continue to try to figure out how to bring up AI to people, and it never works.
You're like, and she's leaving. It's really bad.
They're out again.
Sorry,
I'm
wasn't
going to launch this AI podcast, and it's going to fail.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Nice to see you,
too.
Bye, Gina.
Bye.
All right, so the guy I was talking about was his name starts with L. LeVar Arrington.
Oh, okay, that makes much more sense.
So we got to interview his kid, who, I mean, he was. So there's a lot of these kids that are like they're called hybrid safeties. So they're like linebackers. They're built like linebackers, but they're fast and they play like that drop back safety position. Like they do crazy. So like just think about Troy Polamalu or like Hufanga, like players like that who can like come up and make huge big tackles and stuff like that, but they can intercept, they can play like everything. Like they're fast, but they're big. A lot of these kids are coming out now. Like these are these hybrid safeties they're calling now. They're like built like linebackers. They're big motherfuckers and they're fast. All right, should we have to keep building this or what? Should we put Downs in there? I was waiting on you. I thought I'm just
Y'all
kidding.
started talking about softball and everything else. I was just letting it happen.
Talking about balls. All right. Do we do Minshew Downs or do you want to go with Pittman?
I like Downs. He's cheap. Then you can buy up at other spots.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so do you want to go tight end now, or do you want to go flex, or do you want to like the way we kind of built it yesterday is we did tight end and flex, and then what we had left to spend up on was like our, running backs and wide receivers. But
yeah, I've actually I was waiting on you guys, so I was over here and I've got it pulled up on my screen, also building it as well.
Hey guys,
Plus, I was like, we're doing pretty good for winning, so I might as well grab
Later,
one.
Greg.
Bye, Greg. Love you, man.
Later, Greg.
Sup, fish.
I mean, Logan Thomas is cheap as hell again this week against Atlanta. I mean, $3,500.
I'm not going to ever say no against Logan Thomas. However, my love for Logan Thomas, a lot of it was predicated with matchup against the Commanders last week. Or not against the Commanders. Sorry, flip that around. The Bears.
I mean, how far do you want? So my play of the week this week was way down here, like Noah Fant. So the Bengals are 27th against tight ends in the end zone. They're giving up about 10.5 points to tight ends. I know that they have Will Disley there and then whoever else, but Noah Fant's been averaging about 9 the last 3 games, 8, 9, 9 points. I mean, 3,000 for. I mean, it's a great matchup. It's cheap.
Yeah, I also like Cade Otton as a sleeper this week.
Ooh, that's really cheap, probably.
Every time anyone mentions Cade Otton, it prickles my feathers a little bit because I brought him up 2 years ago during a off-season pre-draft show and got shit on by a lot of people in this space who are like, Cade Otton will never be anything.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
he's never going to be anything elite, but he's certainly above average.
So Otton's at 32, and then you got Fant at 3,000. So it's your choice. I guess you picked. I picked Downs, so you pick the next one.
I actually like Logan Thomas a lot too.
Well,
Yeah,
why
I'll
don't you
give
guys put it in your back pocket? Know that you got 3,000 to 3,500 that you need to spend.
Well, we
on
can
tight
always
end.
play it and then come back and edit if we need to.
Hey, so let me
Yeah.
help you on running backs real quick. Mostert and Kenneth Walker.
Okay. First Cincy. Man, Walker's been pretty good.
He's had 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games.
I like Walker. I like Mix Kamara this week versus Houston.
Well, see, you could still afford to get like a Kamara or go with
Let's see.
Kyron against Arizona. But either one of those you could do as a flex, and you'll still have. I mean, I'm sitting here building it now, and I've got a ton of money left.
Let's see. Where's Kamara?
Kamara's up towards the top. Oh, there he is, down at the bottom, 23rd, right there. Yeah,
All right. So wide receiver, we can just spend way up.
yeah. You got 7,000 per left.
Jamar Chase is somebody. I mean, we could just stack that game, kind of. With Kenneth Walker, Jamar Chase.
That's big time.
Calvin Ridley's another good play. DJ Moore against Minnesota.
That's not bad.
I mean, it's
Then you get 7,500. Who
yeah.
do you
So
spend it on?
So
Or we cut. Remember, we cut a little. We can cut a little bit. So you
With
have the
Michael-
option to save some money on the flex with Kamara and go Kyron, and then
Well, we
you have
could
the
also-
option to save some money on tight end and go who was it?
we got
Otten or
or Fant. Let's see, a wide receiver now. We can get AJ Brown if you want to play him. And they're playing Philly, or they're playing the Jets.
he's going to get sauce. I would rather have Amon Ra if he's going to be healthy.
It's a good pick too.
Or
I
you
always-
get Jamar
I
Chase.
worry about Tampa Bay's defense, man. They just been really good against.
Let's try this. Take out DJ Moore and let's go Jamar Chase. Now let's see who's left at 6,000.
Adam Thielen's there. Christian Kirk.
I like Christian Kirk. I like that one.
Stack that game. I'm good with that.
Go see how
Okay.
expensive Zay Jones is. Just throw that in there because him and Christian Kirk might have equal output, and he might be at $1,000 cheaper.
He is.
Okay. I'm not saying you guys should do that, but I would.
And he's
consider
still not practicing.
it. Is he not? All right, that changes it a little
If
bit.
if he doesn't play or he's not practicing, I definitely like Kirk.
Yeah. Then you fire Kirk way back up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. We got 600 left, which is fine. I mean, we could still.
Now you
stack
can
it.
take Otten and go back to Logan Thomas.
There you go.
Or go Zach Ertz.
I think I like the more upside of Thomas is at least showing us that he can score a lot of points.
Ertz had a touchdown last week too.
Dude, look at these the last couple weeks. I mean, I like the upside of that. It is against Chicago, though. Who's playing against Chicago? I mean, man, Hawkinson could have a huge game this week. All right, who do you want? I mean, I like this. So you can tell me. If you want Ertz, I'll put him in there. Ertz or Thomas.
No, we'll leave Thomas. Go to defense. Is there an upgraded defense that you want? Like Eagles against the Jets. Oh, yes.
Falcons play against the Washington. I mean, Falcons have been shitty though. Defense.
Dude, Eagles against the Jets.
Yeah, we could do that. What did well, I mean, the Jet. Let's see. What did Dan, they're playing tonight. I want to know, what did Denver do against the Jets last week on defense? I mean, they got a couple sacks. I know they got a bunch of sacks.
Right, and they don't have the pass rushers that the Eagles have.
Rice, dude. Rasheed Rice making big plays. I just need him to go over 35 yards, 35 and a half. All right.
Let's go Eagles. I like that.
Yeah, all right. So Minshew, Mostert, Kenneth Walker, Downs with the stack with Minshew, Jamar Chase, Christian Kirk, Logan Thomas.
Dude, this is
Kamara, Eagles. Please make us some money.
if Minshew can throw for like at least 2 to 3 touchdowns, we're in it.
So just so y'all know, let's see. This is the one we played in. This is the payout for first, $100K. So I'm even good if we can finish in the top 20, 21, we'll pay something out. We'll pay something out. We'll figure out a giveaway. All right. Yeah, that was fun. That'll be a good lineup. I think we got a cool.
I really like
What's up, Marcy?
That might be one of my favorites.
What's up, Marcy?
What up, Marcy?
Dude,
guys, I'm not chiming in because I can't figure out if you want me to help you or not, but I also think you guys are rolling.
What do you mean?
I'm fucking with you. What I was trying to say was, I have no good input on this, but you're doing great.
That you what?
I have no good input on this, but you're doing great.
Last week was fun when we did it, dude. The roll the dice. It was still fun.
Oh shit! I've got this. You want to do a few?
Wendy's Wendy's got a question.
Yeah. Yes. My this is so I'm guessing, Wendy, since you're kind of newer to I don't know if you are newer to fantasy. I think you have played for a while. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I am, Wendy. I should know that. But if this is Dynasty, I would say 100% yes. But I mean,
100% yes in Dynasty.
Is that Dynasty? That's the type of trade that honestly, like, if the other person does that, yeah, I've had leagues that like threaten.
That's more of that might be like a win now tactic, like they're like 5-0, and Gibbs hasn't been doing anything, and something they had a running back that went down. JT might be okay. So this is kind of a tough trade.
I will say this, with the workload that Monty is getting currently, I don't know that I trust him to last the full season without getting some kind of banged up. And I think I like Gibbs as a possibility of upside over Moss as the possibility fighting JT.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good point. I like that.
Do the trade, Wendy, is the point.
Yes.
She said it's not Dynasty. It is redraft, which is what makes it a lot harder.
No, redraft.
Well, I would bet on talent. Gibbs is a better player.
That's a tough one, though, Wendy. I can see why you're fighting yourself.
Marcy's got
the week at running back because it's still going to be like Gibbs isn't going to put RB1 production up in the coming couple of weeks. But you want to trade Moss while he's big because if JT comes this week and gets 45, 55% snap share versus last week, then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to get a Gibbs, or you're not going to get.
The coach already came out and said, it was like, yeah, tune-up game last week. We're giving him a heavier workload this week and moving forward.
Yeah. So just based on that, I'm probably dishing him.
I don't think Zach Moss is going to go away. He's playing
right
now, but
Marcy's got beef with you here, Ronnie. She said, "How dare you bring up Derrick Henry's name in your toilet area?"
Toilet area. God damn it.
I'm telling you, Ronnie, if you want to be big time, you will own the toilet stall and you will freaking make it your thing. I know it's like against your pride. You're like, I can't do my show.
No, it's not that.
On a toilet.
I'm putting in a whole like studio area in this other room.
You don't have to do that. Save your money. Lock the freaking toilet, bro.
I could just retrofit this as a titter or a toilet.
A titter. What he said, I think I should do it. I have Hall and Pierce. I mean, I like
it.
I was going to say I would do it, Marcy, because
do the deal.
Yeah.
Do the deal, Wendy.
Marcy says flush.
See all the sound effects you could have with it.
Wendy loves it too. Dude, it would be crazy too. I mean, you could do a lot of cool things with that, I think. And with AI. You could do really fun things with AI.
Yeah, I mean that's your whole thing. I can be smarter than you from my toilet because I use AI.
I fucking love it.
He's in
I
denial.
do like
I'm
that.
not
That's a
listening
fun.
to you
That's a
guys.
fun marketing.
I'm not gonna do it.
You spent 6 hours reading through numbers. I used my AI tool for 30 seconds on my toilet and beat you.
T Swift is having a blast. They got to show her, it's got to be, they have to do it.
You know, my wife was talking about it because it's kind of been a thing. She likes some of T Swift stuff, mostly like the rough non like pop stuff, like the folklore stuff. But anyways, she was talking about Taylor Swift, and she was like, Taylor Swift has dated like a bunch of like really scrawny guys that like Travis Kelce would like break in half over his knee. You know what I mean? And like, this is our first time dating like a big football player.
Dude, he plays with the biggest right now in football. The biggest name in football is, Mahomes, and Kelsey's probably right there with him. They've won, Super Bowls together. They've been how many times to the Super Bowl? Like, this team is on fire right now. Like, they are the top of, the NFL.
Well, that duo's on fire.
Yeah, they're fucking crushing it tonight. McLaughlin, baby. Man, if he runs it in for a touchdown tonight, he's a great, tell us your pizza parlay. We should ask you yours too. We need to get everybody in your shits in the app doing pizza parlays. We want to do a giveaway at the end of the year. We want to.
Right now, it's bacon and jalapeno.
Oh, dude! So yesterday, my pizza parlay yesterday. The pizza that I built was a jalapeno popper pizza. So it's jalapenos, bacon, and dollops of cream cheese. So good, dude! It's so good.
I'm not about the cream cheese, bro.
I'm telling you, man, it tastes just like a jalapeno popper. It's crazy. You say it now, but
I'm just not a cream cheese fan. Like cream cheese, sour cream, pimento cheese, like those type of things, not me.
You don't like jalapeno poppers?
Not really. They're okay, but not really.
Why? That's pass interference.
I do like spicy though.
Yeah, Greg is a no spice guy. We learned that yesterday. Absolutely no spice.
I love spice.
And he's
I want just a ton of indigestion afterwards.
There we go, Ronnie. He's trying.
That works.
The funny thing is, you don't have to do that.
Hey,
everybody! Ronnie, you don't have to put yourself in a toilet stall. You're already in a toilet stall.
Not true.
It's not true.
I don't have a green screen though. I'm just gonna leave it like this.
The funny thing is, even with the background, the for sale by owner Derrick Henry sign doesn't go away.
That's pretty great.
I'm dead. Look at Wendy, she's done.
That thing is totally making it look like you guys either some rotten teeth or some yellow ass braces.
He's got a grill. I'm dead. That's entertainment.
What are we doing? Did you guys finish your lineup?
Yeah, we did.
Ooh.
We did.
We're gonna win big this week.
30 rushing yards, 7 receptions for 30 yards. McLaughlin,
well, depending on the stash. You need the stash to win big.
McLaughlin already has 10 points as a backup or more. I didn't know how many rushing yards he has, but he has 7 catches. Pretty sure that's what it said.
So let me ask you this.
For 30 yards.
Sean Payton loves a duo running back set, right? like the Kamara Ingram thing. Like he loved that. Does he start doing that with Javonte McLaughlin? Is that a thing?
He's gonna start doing it with whatever multiple running backs he's had.
Hey, Marcy has something to tell you.
She said, "Put that seat down."
There he is.
There's Judy.
All right, I've evolved this. This is what I'll do. I'm gonna get one of those. I can get off like Temu for $14. One of those little like mobile camera holder things where you turn your phone into a mobile selfie station. And I'm just gonna start going around Atlanta to public bathrooms, sitting down on a stall and recording fantasy football takes.
You don't.
And then I'll like ask the person that's pooping to the right of me what they think about my picks and stuff.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Your little cubby hole looks like a toilet stall. You just need to decorate it. Throw a freaking toilet paper roller on the sidewall if you want to. Ah,
interception! Dang.
This is good because remember I started the KC defense.
There you go, KC points right there. I like it. Brick, he's a brick. House.
Ooh, now I'm like in a professional Zoom meeting. I'm leaving it like this.
No, that's
with
my Mickey Mouse ear headphones. Jesus, these things are big.
That's not okay. Anybody who drafted Mr. Russell Wilson is very upset.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I love Troy Polamalu. Never not working. Troy Polamalu. Never not working.
Never not working.
So
that's probably what Tyler feels like.
I beg to differ. Because despite how it looks, Russell Wilson currently is quarterback 8.
Well, on the season, he's been fine.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, also puts up numbers too, and we have one win.
Well, but then we're not. Are we talking about NFL? Like, are we talking about our favorite teams going to the Super Bowl? Or are we talking about fantasy football?
We're talking about fantasy football. You're right. That's why I said same thing about Minnesota's defense sucks, but they're like cornerbacks are like some of the best, or DBs are some of the best for IDP players and.
Well, yeah, because their D line and their linebackers don't make tackles, so their DBs have to.
It's so funny.
Any team where they're like. I think that was literally Iggy's point today with his jailhouse bet, or not jailhouse bet, but his bet he threw out before the game was like their D line can't make tackles, so look for their linebacker to rack them up.
Yeah, he's smart when it comes to defensive players, man.
I'll be right back. I need a refill. I got one more piece of jalapeno bacon pizza, and I'm out of.
Miller?
I'm out of juice.
Jalapeno bacon pizza sounds so good right now.
It's so good, bro. It's the best.
Yeah. Have you had Costco pizza?
Yes.
Dude, I've never had it. I've heard it's like the greatest pizza in America.
Have you had macaroni cheese pizza?
No, I've seen there's a restaurant that's kind of famous now in New York where he has waffle chicken pizza and like everything. One of them's macaroni. I haven't seen it though.
Macaroni and cheese pizza is crazy, but it's so many carbs, but it's so good. It's so good, dude. It's crazy.
You basically eat an entire loaf of bread with every slice.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you're eating, noodles and bread, and cheese. It's just like the worst thing for you, but it's so good. Man, Noah Gray.
I don't understand how Italian people aren't morbidly obese. Like
Wendy's diabetic coma. It's so good. Dude, Noah Gray is going to be. I mean, if Kelsey was like to say like next year, he's like, all right, I'm done. Like Noah Gray, I think could step in.
Dude, he got dropped in 2 separate dynasty leagues that I'm in after Kelsey came back, and I picked him up. I was like, in dynasty, seriously, you're going to drop Patrick Mahomes, potential future tight end? You're out of your mind.
He's been targeted a lot tonight too.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, and a lot of that, I agree. It bodes well to a future of his role, but right now.
Is that a sack? Is that behind the line of scrimmage?
I don't know, but dude, I'm not backing down. I'm playing the damn Bears defense against the Vikings.
Wendy was still. It might be worth. It might be worth it. Macaroni and cheese.
I'm not
So
diabetic.
good.
Can I make diabetes jokes?
Yeah, I think so.
Diabetes.
Russ, man, he's not cooking. He is burning.
He's
He's great for his fantasy. He's great for fantasy though, right? He's doing well for fantasy.
man, he's just not the same player he used to be, and he's in arguably the worst situation of his career besides last year. And last year was the worst situation of like most people's careers in 20 years. And so I don't know, man. I don't really know if I'm ready to write the guy off. I think he's playing well enough where if he was in a good situation, people wouldn't question him. But I do think that his end is nigh. I think he's got 2 or 3 years of relevant play left at most.
Is he like at that point where like Phillip Rivers was the last couple of years of his career?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think Russ is ever going to get that bad.
Say what? Sorry, I missed this conversation.
Because Rivers, like his entire relevance as a quarterback was throwing the ball 50 times a game for the most part, pushing the ball. He lived off his arm. I don't know that. I think Russ is just going to suck. Like when he falls off, it's not even going to be an accuracy. I don't even know how to categorize it. I think he's just going to be bad.
Are we talking about writing off Russ?
Yeah.
I'm talking about that. I think that Russ has 2 or 3 more years of like worthwhile NFL play left, and he's playing fine right now. But if something's changed, he's definitely not the same guy he used to be, and it's been true for a couple years.
Pacheco, man, dude, that's crazy though. He's like that late round guy you found, last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were in like Dynasty or if you were in like a keeper league, especially keepers, because like in keeper league, like in a redraft league, you probably got Pacheco so late that year, like probably like the 10th round or something like that. And like you keep him like right there, you're like, okay. This year with Pacheco you're
that
like,
year probably didn't even get drafted.
Yeah, that's probably true. You're probably right.
Because everybody was on CEH. Right.
Fucking Clyde, man.
I disagree. Pacheco had a lot of hype going into the season because of his preseason work. I don't totally disagree. I feel like I'm remembering something a little different where I think like Pacheco was rostered in some Scott Fishbowl teams to start the year.
We just direct snap that to Tony. That was a terrible play call. Kelsey didn't even block, dude. Are you serious? That's so bad. Kelsey's
like, I hate this guy. Tackle him.
I'm not doing shit. He's like, we got to keep this game close,
I'm surprised they didn't let.
Damn, that was nice. That was a hell of a nice. Ooh, special teams right there. Their kicker is actually pretty damn good. That's good. That's smart football right there. Justin Watson, dude. He's good. That's cool, man. Being a receiver and getting to play on special teams too. Like last week, it was in the highlight reel. He had like a 40-yard bomb from Mahomes as Mahomes was getting tackled. It was crazy. And he snatched it over that whoever was on defense in Minnesota. He just was like right over his head. Oh, shit. Cam, yeah, Minnesota coming out the first play, dude. They just fucking who was the tight? What's his name? Josh Oliver, the tight end. He catches the ball, runs it up the field, and fumbles it. And KC goes right down and scores a touchdown. It's like that's how you start a football game against the best team in the NFL. Great job, guys. Way to turn it over right away on the first play. So Minnesota.
Marcy's talking about baseball now.
Oh yeah, I think the Twins are out.
Are they playing again today, Marcy? I'm a fucking Braves fan. I've been in Atlanta, but
Marcy, I need to know why you refuse to watch Kansas City play.
Tell us,
like
Marcy.
there's a backstory there that I don't know.
So Marcy, if you wanted to come on too, if anybody wants to come on and talk, you don't have to put your video on. You can literally just come on and talk and put your voice on. So let me know if you want in the chat if you want me to send the link. I can send that.
I was just at my mom's house yesterday.
That's all we get. I don't like them.
I was at my mom's house yesterday, and we were talking about the Braves and how brutal it is that they do this. I know they won last year, but take last year out of it. For 15 of the last 21 years, the Braves have gone into the postseason with a chance to win it. And just like,
yeah, dude.
Marcy
Baseball
said
is,
she's coming on. Send her the link.
Marcy, I will send you the link.
Marcy, Marcy, Marcy.
So McLaughlin actually has more rush attempts than Williams does tonight.
Well, I figured that would be the case because I think that their Williams is still not 100%.
Yeah, he's not.
Dang, stuff, dude. Williams just gets stuff, bro.
Well, they had no block. They were like through
Take
the
him
line.
out. I'm sending it to you, Marcy. I'm gonna send it to you.
He'll send it to you on Twitter, Marcy.
I'll send it to you.
LOL, Leo Chenal makes the play.
Why did Siri pop?
Send it to you, Marcy.
So Ronnie, your blur deal because you're so ashamed of your backdrop also blurs your beer label.
My what?
Beer label.
Oh.
There you go, Russ. Go, Russ. Go. See,
Dude, he was
Russ is like Adam Sandler in The Longest Yard. He's like, if you guys won't play, I'll put it on my back.
I'll just do it myself.
If you won't block for me, I don't need you. Just go line up.
I want to start playing that, dude. So like the rushing yards for quarterbacks, because the lines are usually pretty low. Now you don't put Kirk in there, but you know, Russ last week he had a lot of rush yards. Like here he goes again. He would have already been over.
Yeah.
I think his was like 15 and a half. So I mean today he's like already be over.
My name's Russ.
Marcy, you have to at least connect your mic. So once you can connect your mic, I can let you. It won't let me add you until you connect your mic.
Sorry.
If you hear me backstage, Marcy, you have to connect your mic. I can probably type it here. I don't know if you'll see it.
Backstage.
Yeah. That's where we're at. If we're not here, we're backstage.
In the green room.
In the green room. Yeah, you know what happens back there. You get candy.
Polestar. Such ugly vehicles.
It says this site can't ask for your permission. I don't get it. You shouldn't have to sign up for anything. You should literally just be able to come in. What are you on? Chrome. Don't go on. Don't use Safari. Safari sucks. Marcy, do not use. If you're on Safari, do not use like a Chrome, Google Chrome or something.
You also can't get on unless your headphones are the size of a small state.
Mine are just invisible.
I had a pair of like skin colored little in-ear ones that are made for podcasting, and I don't know what happened to them.
They blend with your skin like automatically. They just know what your skin color is.
I wish they're like chameleon headphones. That'd be sick.
There you go. There's something you should invent.
Nah.
Marcy, try. I don't know. You were on here before. That's what's weird. You were on here before. What else can you think of? What would I mean,
You
you
can
don't have
also do it from your phone.
try doing it on your phone, Marcy. Back out and do it on your phone. I could try sending you the link on Twitter too. Maybe that'll work. I'll try that.
Yeah, do that. Shoot it to her on Twitter, throw it up on the phone, and then she can walk around while she talks. It'll be cool.
Walk it like I talk it.
Oh, also, she didn't have to turn on her video, so she can just literally use her phone mic, which is perfect. Probably better than the computer mic in most cases.
I sent it to you on Twitter too. Try it there, Marcy. Maybe back out. Try using your phone. Maybe try that. Oh,
My eyes hurt. It's this ring light. It's blinding
she's
me.
trying again. Still says device is not connected. It's not working, Marcy. I'm trying to. It won't let me. It won't let me let you in, dude. I'm just gonna start taking his over every week. Russ, like he has to run. Like he's the last out of the last 8 plays he's ran. No, I mean even the last probably out of the last 6 plays he's ran at least 3 times
He doesn't have a
for
choice.
30 yards.
He must. He must run.
I want to see what his rushing yards are right now. He probably has more than everyone else.
I kind of like
don't
this
know.
view. I look like a professional weirdo. Hello,
Russell Wilson has 23 yards. He already would have hit his over on 3 carries. So he's at 7.5. He's at 7.7 yards per carry right now. He's the best running back on the team for yards per carry.
There you go, Javante.
Penalty.
Javante's got to work hard to get those yards.
Russ is a better running back.
No.
Just yards per carry right now.
The funniest thing about Russ is that you could go back to high school. He was never a good runner. He is a good evader, and he's a good when you take within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, when he was in his prime, you might be able to argue there might have never been a quarterback that was as slippery besides Randall Cunningham. But when he gets into the open field, he's like the most average dude with legs.
Dude.
It's hilarious.
Poor Russ. He's hitting. That's the third time he's hit Cortland Sutton in the hands, and he's dropped it.
Dude, Cortland Sutton is hot. That better not be McDuffie. That would be big. Okay. All right, good.
It's just I feel bad because everybody's hating on Russ. They're hating on Russ, but Russ has no time to throw. He's got receivers like that just dropping the ball all the time. You know what I mean?
It really sucks, dude.
He just now got Dolchich back, so maybe that helps a little bit, but not really a pass-catching tight end.
He is. I would disagree.
No, Dolchich is, but he just got him back. So prior to that, he's
right now, yeah, dude. He's what do you got out of him? He's probably playing
and then Judy. Obviously, Judy isn't happy, and maybe they don't like Judy. Judy sounds like he's kind of based on how he reacted to Steve Smith, seems like he's kind of I don't want to get in trouble for saying it, but like an immature punk. That's just based on the description that Steve Smith said. I don't really know him as a person, so I can't say that, but
right.
I agree. He hasn't blossomed into CeeDee Lamb. He's not wide receiver 1 right now, and he's not getting open. And, I say that, but even if he is, the O-line's not giving Russ time for these guys to get open.
Yeah.
He literally hikes, and they're already in his face, and he's on the run for his life. The passes that he does make has to be second efforts where he's dodged 3 tackles and somehow rounded out the side and is running forward and can get the ball out. And then just like that, when Cortland Sutton drops it in his hands.
So a lot of people talk about how bad Minnesota's line is, but I don't know if anybody watches how long Kirk Cousins likes to hold onto the ball before he lets go of it. They were like comparing it to Mahomes last week. Mahomes is like, bah, 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 bah. Here's Cousins. He's like, da, 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 da. Oh, sack.
Like
Like,
if
come on.
Russ had that time,
No, dude. Well, yeah, I agree to an extent, but that is actually of all of the hate that I've heard about Russ over the years, the only one that I haven't been able to defend is that dude sits there and holds on to the ball longer than any quarterback I've ever watched play.
but if
Him
he
and
has time,
Well, if he has time, then it helps a little bit. But he was responsible for over half of the sacks he got in Seattle over his career.
We need to do AI.
I don't agree. Seattle never really had a good O line. Like, do you
Dude,
ever remember
he
in
had a-
Seattle history when you're like, man, this O line's balling? No,
I think you could point a lot of his sacks to the offensive game plan for a bunch of his time there. Like, you don't have an offensive line that's performing, so you call in and you run quick hitting routes in the underneath, maybe in the second level. I'm talking about my ass here, but the point is, he held on to the ball longer than any quarterback in the league most of his career. He's been top 5 in time in the pocket before release most of his career. And
Damn, another blocked pass.
like that play where they just blocked it, you never saw that in Seattle. He never hiked it, looked and threw. It never happened.
Dude, this defensive line is like ridiculous. How that's like 4 blocked passes this game. That's really good. Man. Jones has been balling tonight.
And that's on Russ. He shouldn't have thrown it that high. He didn't even throw it higher than his own.
Nice play there, too. Wow, well defended. He's doing the snow angel. Man, they got 2 Watsons on their team. Damn, that was hella defended, man. That is hella defended. Wow.
He's got stuff.
And they're punting.
Dude.
Flag on the
The
play.
Broncos are so screwed, man.
Dang, he is going around. Is that coming back, you think? Is that coming back? There was a flag on the play. Is that going to be on the special teams or on the offense? Kicking side?
I don't know. I didn't see the flag. I liked how he juked that guy and made the 2 Broncos player wipe each other out, though. That was funny.
Holding by the kicking team. That was a nice return. Hell of a return there. I don't know what's going on, Marcy. It's not working for you. I can't get you in. It says that devices not connected. You will need to connect their mic. They will need to connect their mic or cam before you can add them to the stream.
why don't you
I got
allow...
it. I know what's going on with her. Marcy, you need to go into your settings and switch over where it's sourcing your microphone and your video. So, like, if you click on settings on StreamYard, you can go in and then go to camera, make sure you click the right camera, and then do it again with audio. And it should then give JC the ability to bring you in.
This is the fucking trifecta right here. Oh, there she is. Yo.
It worked?
Damn.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I was doing it on my phone and it just wouldn't let me. It just kept saying block the microphone and camera access. It wouldn't let me allow it, but I kept going into YouTube anyway. I finally
Will you do us a favor and mute the computer playback? Because I think we're getting a little bit of echo from that. Like the volume on the computer or whatever.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I don't have any echo.
Okay, I muted the phone.
Perfect. The echo's gone for me now too.
I just got this computer yesterday, so I'm really not sure what's going on with it. So
I think you did a great job, Marcy.
I'm over here panicking, going, I hate this thing.
Ronnie saves the day.
Way to go, Ronnie. Did you ask AI how to do it?
I just used my big old brain.
Oh, so proud. So, Marcy, why do you hate Kansas City?
I just don't like them. Okay, because they're so good. Like, why do I hate Tom Brady? Because he's so damn good. That's just all there is to it. My Cowboys are losers. So
I guess you're the Cowboys. So since you're a fan, if Dak was good, you would be like, oh, I love Dak. But since he's not good,
no, I still love Dak. I love my
I don't know
Cowboys.
how.
I've been a Cowboys fan since I was 5 years old. I'm used to heartache and depression every year at this time, but I still love the Cowboys.
Romo or Dak Prescott?
Oh, I like Dak Prescott more than I liked Romo, but I still like Romo.
I love Romo.
I liked Roger Staubach.
Yeah, he was just because he was he's just such a competitor. Like to this day, he's still a competitor.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Like all he does is want to compete.
I didn't like the Jessica Simpson. I don't think they should bring these women into the game like that. You know, it's a distraction for the other players. I mean, they're not getting attention. Who's getting attention? Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I think they should maybe think about what they're doing when they do that. That's my opinion.
But social media.
I know.
I know Kelce was happy about it. Kansas City's probably happy about it because they sold a crap ton of new jerseys.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. At the Vikings games, there was a lot of custom-made Vikings jerseys with Swiftie on it.
Oh my god.
So this is how much I don't like the Chiefs.
She didn't
Last
show up.
year, I rooted for the Eagles. All right, I don't like the Eagles. That's how much.
As a Cowboys fan, that's kind of sacrilege.
Yeah, that is. You blasphemer.
Man,
It
Pacheco
was
again.
yeah, it was, but that's just the way I am.
Let's go, Pacheco. That's what I like.
So
to see.
what's Pacheco's fantasy points total currently?
342.
He hasn't got a touchdown, but what is it?
I'll tell you what, it's more than I've scored.
Let's see here. Let me just look at so I'll tell you his stats. Pacheco has Pacheco has what the hell? Pacheco has 13 carries for 60 yards, 6 receptions for 36 yards. So let's see, 60
9.6 plus
so
about
9.6 plus 6 is 15.
I can tell you how much he scored in the Swift leagues. Or in the
That's good.
FAF
That's good.
Travis Kelce's at 8 catches for 121 yards.
Belichick might be out for the rest of the game. That's cool.
Said Dulcich?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you look back at, Denver the last couple of years, their tight end position, man, it's just been under shambles with kid injuries.
Oh, come on, Justin Watson. You got to catch that.
Man. Albert O was that guy that they wanted to come about, and he got hurt,
What happened to Justin Watson here?
Man, hands on it. I don't know what's going on, though. His freaking leg was shaking.
Oh, I think he broke
his wrist.
Yeah, I think he just broke his wrist. Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to watch this replay right here. Uh-oh.
I didn't really see it.
They didn't show it. I think he fractured his wrist right there. Like right here.
Yeah, I think he did. He's like, no.
Because you saw his hand plant, and then his arm kind of moved in, and that's what he's doing. He's just holding his wrist.
I don't know. Nothing's worse than the Chubb injury, so.
Yeah, dude.
That was so
No,
bad.
dude, that was gross, but it's still doesn't. I pulled up the Lattimore injury, and dude, the Lattimore injury takes every time I go back to that one, the Marshawn Lattimore injury in college, because he did a cartwheel and his leg flopped behind him as he was cartwheeling.
Did you see Chubb's college injury?
And that was disgusting too. Yeah, Tennessee. Go Vols, baby.
I couldn't believe he broke no bones. No bones, just muscle tear.
Oh.
Well, even on this one, they're like, "Oh, he's going to play again." I'm like, "What?"
Did you see?
Looked like his knee ran away from his body.
It looked like he was kissing his foot.
Yeah, dude, it was rough.
His foot was still on the ground, and he was like this, trying to kiss his toe. Like, that's not okay.
No.
Hey, Wendy. Marcy.
Yes.
Wendy. Both of you awesome people. Wendy in the chat, Marcy. What's up?
Oh, I forgot Marcy was here.
Oh,
You're so
wow.
quiet. No, not because you don't matter, but because I was thinking about all of those injuries JC was brought up right after you joined, and I just forgot we brought somebody else on. Or they brought somebody else on.
I'm watching baseball.
So I think the Twins are out now. Astros beat us.
Are you a
Yeah,
big baseball fan, Marcy?
I'm sorry?
Are you a big baseball fan?
I am. I'm a Rangers fan, and my team is meeting the Astros Sunday. For the
Marcy,
first time.
I'm really upset about the Braves. This is so.
Are you?
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to win tonight. I think they're at the bottom. It is on commercial right now. The bottom of the 7th, I believe.
Well, it is like clockwork, and it's been true for 5 or 6 years now. More often than not, these baseball teams that have to take a first round bye come out and like either if they get unlucky, they're playing a wild card team that's hot and they lose every time in that scenario, or they look bad and they squeak out a win. But I don't know. Like the Braves looked incredible. They stumbled a little bit at the end of the season, but they came back fine. Everything was whatever. And they take a week off and they come out and they look like they can't play baseball.
Yeah, they won game 2, but
barely.
Yeah,
they barely won that one. That wasn't impressive.
I was really hoping they'd win tonight. I mean, it doesn't matter to me one way or another, but I really didn't want the Astros to win last night, but they did. Oh well.
I am not a big baseball fan. I support the Braves and in a big way because my mom is a diehard baseball fan because of her late father. And so it's fun for me to like root along with her. So I do it. I'm a Braves fan, but I'm not really, I don't watch enough baseball to call myself a fan.
There's McKinnon. There goes McKinnon.
There you go. Look at that.
Wow. Let's go, baby.
Oh, no. He got Oh, no. He got complacent.
It's okay. There was a flag, I think that's going to be on Rashee Rice.
That sucks.
Going back to the Rangers, I lived in Oklahoma City for 27 years, and we had the farm club back in the 80s, Oklahoma City 89ers for the Rangers farm club. And so a lot of the guys come through there. I met Juan Gonzalez I worked at a bank and we took care of the Rangers accounts. And so Juan Gonzalez came in with his trainer. I won't tell you what happened, but I should have gone out on a date with him. I could have gone out on a date with him, but I didn't.
What's wrong with you?
Man, I know.
It was because he was good, right?
You don't like good people. Was like, he wants to take you out for dinner. I'm like, why can't he ask me himself? He said he doesn't speak English. I'm like, well, that ought to be a lot of fun. I'm like, I appreciate that. And then I'm like, man, I kicked myself, because he got called up. And the rest is history.
You go out to dinner and all you hear the entire mi amor, mi amor.
Yeah. I know enough about all the bad stuff in Spanish. But yeah, we used to go to our bank had the box seats like right on the fence, right behind the umpire. And me and my friend would go out there and get drunk and, we'd be all dressed up and everything. And we had a lot of fun.
It sounds
kids
like
would come over and say, y'all players' wives? We're like, no. And they're like, y'all want to come meet us after for whatever. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so I've just been a Rangers fan since then.
That's how you do it though. There's a lot to be said to like, you don't have to be born into fandoms. You can just have an emotional experience that recurs a few times at the right time in your life. And then the rest of your life, you are attached to that team. I think that's perfectly valid. And I hate it when people gatekeep fandoms and they're like, oh, well, you're not like a real ball fan.
Yeah. She Rice again, dude. He's had a nice catch and run.
Wendy, I live in northern Idaho, Coeur d'Alene. It's a resort city, northern Idaho. I moved here in 2018. My mother had cancer, and then she passed, and my grandfather was here, and he just passed a few weeks ago. So I am moving back down to either Texas or Oklahoma. I'm not sure, but so I've been up here for 5 years.
I'm sorry for all your losses.
Thank you. It's been kind of bad, but it's my obligation here is over, and it's time for me to go back. So probate ends after about 6 months. So I'll be heading out probably in the spring.
Yeah, nobody wants to move in the wintertime.
Do what?
Said nobody wants to move in the wintertime.
No, especially if you live in Minnesota.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
I know we get snow, but nothing like yours. Thank you, Wendy. He was 94. He lived a long life. So,
I hope I can hit the 9s. I know a lot of people joke like, cut it off when I'm 70. It seems miserable after that. But man, I don't know. Being able to look at the century mark on the horizon and potentially surpass it seems like really, really cool.
Yeah. He was ready to go, but they lived. My grandmother passed in 2014, and they still were traveling, up into their 80s, and yeah, they just did a lot of things. But once she left, he was really lonely and ready to go. Where do they live at, Wendy?
They live in a mountain that they call home.
Oh, Mountain Home is the name of the place. I thought it was in a mountain home. Is that in Arkansas? Mountain Home, Idaho?
It's Idaho. So, did you guys see the call by the Bills, the LeBron James call? Did you see that? So during the game, they made an audible. It was an audible. It was like LeBron James, like that's what they call, like that was the audible that Josh Allen made. And what would you think that the audible would be for that?
I don't know. Josh Allen takes it up the middle.
What do you think, Tyler?
I don't know.
So audible, they just like Omaha is like an audible. That's what that means. He was changing the play. So like the audible, so the audible call was actually an intentional flop. So he was letting his team know that he was going to try to get hit to get flagged by getting hit in the head, and it happened. So
no fucking way. That's awesome. I was wondering where you're going. I was like, cool. They had a play call. That's great. That's really cool.
You flopper. Yes, see, Wendy.
That's great.
Fall down. It's really good, dude. It's funny that it worked. Damn. Yeah, the defensive line, man, they're stopping the run. They're waiting for them to try to come through again. Jones is getting so many tackles. I wonder where he's at today. What I take? Let's see.
I gotta get the studio done. I've been procrastinating. I'm sitting on like an antique dining room chair on this tiny little table in my makeshift sunroom that everyone likes to say is a toilet.
Chandler Jones has 2 tackles and a sack. It's a pretty good game. In Iggy's league, 2 pass breakups, that also counts.
Tyler, is that a Razorback helmet back there?
That is.
Are you a Arkansas Razorback?
I am.
All right.
150%.
Let me hear the Woo Pig.
Ooh, Pig Suey.
Wasn't Jerry Jones a Razorback?
Who?
I think Jerry Jones was a Razorback.
Jerry Jones was a Razorback, and Jimmy Johnson was a Razorback. In fact, they played on the same Razorback football team that won a national title.
And then Jerry Jones kicked Jimmy out. It's like, I hate you.
That was back in the 60s. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Roughing the passer. It'd be really nice if Denver could get a TD right here.
Man, how do you not catch that? It's still right in your hands. I mean, I guess it's behind you, but if you're that elite receiver, that from Alabama, it's in your hands, dude. Like once again, there's Kansas City, 7 penalties. Like that says a lot about your team. Like that guy's argument was so bad.
Oh!
Wow. That should be a touchdown. That was insane.
Oh, you give him
He's
that.
like,
You
review
give him
that.
that.
Review that. That was a crazy catch.
And look at the placement too.
Damn, Cortland, where's that? The other 99 plays.
1, knee down. That's 2. Let's see the ball. That's a catch, dude.
That's a
Oh
catch.
my
That's a
God.
touchdown.
Whoa. What a catch, dude. Wow.
I guess I need to turn
Honestly,
on the
that was
game.
kind of more impressive live.
That was a crazy catch. He like Marcy, he basically like Cortland Sutton like went up and over and like
cradle.
I mean he caused separation, but it wasn't really a push off. Like he was like sweeping his hand almost. And like one hand he like one hand caught it like this and pulled it in and like had to twist his body to like stay in bounds. Like, oh my God.
Can
so
they not
crazy.
challenge it because it's 2 minutes?
It's
Okay, I have it on now.
Marcy, I like your helmet stash. Just
You
saw
what?
you on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I just put those shelves together. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put those shelves together. I've got Roger Staubach, Jason Witten, and then the smaller helmets are Tony Dorsett, Cliff Harris with his Hall of Fame 2020, and Drew Pearson with his Hall of Fame 2021, and then Trayvon Diggs. That's a start. So I'm working on my office right now. I work from home.
Yeah.
Plus, I play over there, and so I'm just working on that area right now. So I have a lot more helmets I have to get.
I got a couple things for you. Hold on.
coming with the gifts.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good over there.
So you like this commercial, Ronnie? The AI commercial, how much they use AI to create this?
So this one
Amazon
I'm
stuff
not
is
giving
like-
away, but I do have one I'm going to give away.
It's awesome. I wish that we all, as public, had access to this because you could take fantasy football analysis.
Marcy, she loves it.
Weeds. That would look so good in my place. The color scheme. Everything in my office is that color scheme. Doggone it. I'm going to have to look for that. I bought a bunch of Dallas Cowboys stuff. I posted them on Twitter with the cards, and they're framed and all that. But yeah, that is really sweet. I did get a CeeDee Lamb jersey the other day. I got CeeDee Lamb. I got Micah Parsons. Oh,
This one,
who's that?
I might would give away. This is Brandon Cooks.
Who?
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks.
You're gonna have to give that one away.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Do
I don't
you?
even know. Brandon Cooks?
Oh my
I'm
God.
looking that up real quick here.
Oh my gosh.
See,
That's a great answer, dude. That was good stuff.
Who?
Man, that was a hell of a catch. That's 3. So not
Brandon
only
Cooks has been a good receiver though in his career. He's just
Not
been
with
moving
the
around a
Cowboys.
lot.
Not with the Cowboys.
When did he start?
He played for a lot of
I think he just signed with the Cowboys this year in the offseason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He was with the Texans in 2020. The
They didn't give him that 2-point try?
That's a touchdown.
Okay. Isn't that terrible? I don't know who he is.
Oh, that's 2 points, dude.
Yep.
Wait, so they called the Sutton catch incomplete, then he went back to him?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So Brandon Cooks, out of 10 seasons, has 6 finishing in the top 20 and 4 not. But all of those were injuries, like 4 games or 10 games. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6,000-yard seasons, or over 1,000-yard seasons.
Wow, what a catch!
See his receiving yards total as of 2022 are 8,616, receiving touchdowns 49, and receptions 630.
Problem is, he just didn't do any of that with Dallas.
Yeah, none of that. with
Yeah,
Dallas.
He's only been with Dallas for
this year.
for
Yeah.
4 games,
I know, but
and he's got 9 receptions for 73 yards.
You know what? The ultimate helmet from like a team that they didn't play for. I really, 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 really freaking want an autographed Raiders Antonio Brown helmet so bad.
oh,
I feel like that would be like the ultimate novelty item.
I got an Edwards jersey.
So I continue the Cleveland Browns.
They got a Brian
Great
Edwards
hunt.
autograph jersey.
That's kind of
Is that more directed at me?
No, Brian Edwards. So he was a Gamecock, but he played for the Raiders. He was,
Oh, Kelsey's limping.
oh no, dude! It doesn't matter. Where was that? Where was that comment earlier from Anthony? He said something about the KC juice.
I
Need
need
some
some of that
KC
KC ankle juice.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy just twisted his ankle afterwards. What was that?
That's football for you, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. They
They the alligator roll shit.
Here it is. Whatever juice it is that Casey has, that is sprained ankle juice. He said he needs some.
Oh yeah, you know he's got some juice in there, dude. Here goes Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, this is I mean, if they stop him here or get a fumble here, I mean, they could do the same thing they just did and tie the game up.
I was grinning ear to ear to that interaction right there between Mahomes and number 0 on Denver was pretty great.
How did Denver get 8?
They scored a touchdown. Did you not see that pass? Oh
They
no,
went
you're
for-
not watching the game.
And they went for 2. They went
No,
for
I
2.
didn't know.
They went for 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Javonte
They
Williams
got
got the
4
2-point conversion.
safeties.
4 safeties. Damn, see ya, Rishi Rice.
Let's go, baby. That's what I like to see. I put
He's coming to life, man. He's coming to life. He's gonna be there 1. I mean, obviously it's Kelsey, but he'll get that one.
Why art thou so poor?
Damn, dude. The thing is, like Rashee Rice, after he has the ball, like he just looks explosive. Like earlier, they passed it to him behind the line, and as soon as he caught it, he was just like, like you're like, okay, here he comes.
Dude, he does move his entire body when he runs.
It's crazy, dude. He's just like, gotta get there. Here goes Pacheco again. They're 5 yards. Oh, helmet came off. He's got to come off the field. I'm just kidding. It's not. This is college ball.
Dude, so CEH I think is what 24 now because he came into the league at like 20. Like he's still super young. Do you think he still has anything in the tank?
He's got enough in the tank to stay in the league for another 5 or 6 years as a rotational player.
You don't think he could get
we gotta remember, dude, if you go back and actually watch his tape again, it's so apparent that he's a better player than everyone else because he's in college. But that dude is benefiting from Chase, Jefferson, and Burrow taking all
more.
Damn, there's more right there.
My question is though, could see like Zach Moss. Everybody was done with Zach Moss. He flopped in the.
I'll be back. I need to go watch a replay
in
of
Buffalo.
that.
He couldn't stay healthy. Everybody signed off on him, right? Even his first year in Indianapolis, like nobody was about him. Like you couldn't give him away in Dynasty. Now all of a sudden he gets the shot, and he's that dude. So could CEH replant himself somewhere else and come alive? No?
Because he showed that he was that dude here and they just replaced him. That's what it is to me. It's like he's gotten opportunities. Like he looked really so year 1, he actually was a good running back. Like he had over 1,000 yards. Like he was a good running back, but year 2, like just like fell apart. I mean, maybe he's small. Like he is small. Like gotta remember that. He's
tiny.
I don't know. I just don't know. I think he was just in a good
situation. You probably
situation.
said the same thing 2 years ago about Zach Moss. If I asked the same question, you would have been like, nah, bro, he's done.
So I guess I'd have to see. So here's the thing. I guess I have to see him show that when he gets traded that he actually does something. Because Zach Moss did show us that. Like at the end of the year, he did show us that he performed like with that team. Right, he got the opportunity to do it, and he did it. And I said the same. Right, I said like he showed this like he did at the end of the year, and like he's got the opportunity and he's doing it. I mean, he's got a great line. Like
I will say it's harder for a player to make a comeback in today's because like NFL because I feel like the young talent coming out is so good. Like you got 32 teams, you got 32 start running back spots, and you can easily solve that in the draft. And then like a player like that doesn't get a shot unless somebody gets injured, Like Moss, he wouldn't have got a shot if JT didn't, sit out.
you're right. You are right. I just don't know if. I mean, like McKinnon's still getting work. Like he's like has to be in there and get the opportunity.
McKinnon's always been a gadget guy, though. That's his role. He's not a. And honestly, when Dan Campbell was talking, so everybody was ripping the interview about Dan Campbell talking about drafting Gibbs in the first round and then using him as the second guy. Like, why would you at the top half of the first round go after a player that wouldn't even be your starting guy, like your lead guy? And he talked about how they wanted to use they wanted to use him as a gadget, like a wide receiver. Like they want him to play a McKinnon role.
CH you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about Gibbs.
Oh, I mean, Gibbs has shown that he's gonna be, but he's like also when he has the ball, like he does a lot with the ball.
Yeah, I was just talking about the interviews. Did you see the Dan Campbell interview that was on today, or it's been all over Twitter?
No.
Everybody's been ripping it. All the fantasy football community that took Gibbs in like the third round are mad because they drafted him in the first half of the first round to basically, the way Dan Campbell said it, to be the second guy. Like with as many opportunities to address positions of need that early in the draft, why do you spend that kind of capital on somebody that's going to be a gadget guy or not like a feature back?
Maybe it was because in case Montgomery, who they paid money for to go out and get, goes down, is it just it was an insurance policy?
But
I would agree. If it's anything except for we're going to eventually feature this guy, it's a bad fucking pick.
I mean, you think about it.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
But the talent there, I mean, if you listen to Greg before the season, like he said, the opportunity, if he is the one who gets a lot of the opportunity, he could potentially be better than Bijan. I mean,
Did he really say that? I tweeted that so much and got shit on by people, and I did it as a meme though. But
yeah, I mean, he was talking about it.
Dude, I need to go talk to Greg.
Jameer Gibbs went at 12. Right after Jameer Gibbs, Lucas Van Ness.
Look, Tyler, if they genuinely did anything except for draft Jameer Gibbs to eventually be the feature, like the focus of that backfield, they're fucking morons. That's a terrible pick. You don't do that. You don't spend top 20 capital on a player that is going to rotate, period. It's bad.
I don't know. You see it with a lot of teams. You see it, I mean, with defensive players in the first, like players that get picked in the first round, they're going to rotate in. I guess I understand it's defense.
I understand and it's like taking a D end that rotates or like an elite.
Okay. What about JSN? He's going to be your third receiver, and he was taken in the first round. What about that?
They're gonna feature him eventually.
Yeah, they'll feature him eventually because I don't know that they'll bring Lockett back on anything but a 1 year if they do.
Yeah, you take JSN to feature him eventually. I think it's.
I also don't think that did they. Let's see here.
And I love Motor Center. I love Motor Center Dan.
Ronnie, you want to know a take I was getting shit on for?
Yeah.
I was saying Jordan okay, so here was my crazy. It came up the other night when we were talking with Greg on my show on Wednesday. He said something about Jordan Addison being rookie of the year with potentially if this could happen, if JJ's out or some shit. Well, my dark horse was Addison. I didn't talk about him being my dark horse.
Butker's
then-
racking me points this week.
So I also said so I said I got this is what I really got shit on for was Addison over JSN year 1. I got shit on so hard for that. So hard. Guess what, dude?
Oh yeah. Well, you know what, JC? If we had been talking at the time and you had hopped on with Jeff and I, we would have championed you all the way to the bank with that.
Man, it was. I mean, he's already got. Was it just one game without a touchdown? I mean, that's pretty good.
There's a lot of fantasy football strategy and predictions and analysis that people just get way too in the weeds with, and it's not that complicated. Like,
He just basically stepped into what Thielen was doing. Like that's a lot of opportunity.
Now, I liked Addison. I said in several places
Blitnikoff,
that Addison would be the top producer year 1 out of the top 3 rookies.
The Blitnikoff winner, dude. That takes a lot to do. I mean,
It was more about opportunity. Like if you look at the other ones, like Johnston, you're behind Allen and Mike Williams, guaranteed. If not also Josh Palmer. Then you go to Seattle, you're behind Lockett and Metcalf. You go to Minnesota, you're behind JJ. That's it.
Yeah, Zay Flowers was another one. He was the one who was stepping into an opportunity where he'd be the one.
Well, Zay Flowers wouldn't be the one because it's always going to be Andrews one,
Well, yeah.
and then everybody else.
Number 1 wide receiver.
It's number 1 wide receiver, Andrews. Okay, hey, so I got somebody that popped on Twitter and asked me a question. I'm going to read off this roster. The question is thoughts on trading Mixon and Debo for AJ Brown in a half-point PPR. So first of all, with no context, do you trade Mixon and Debo for AJ Brown?
With no context?
Like just Mixon and Debo for AJ Brown. Is that a yes or no?
Yeah. I don't. Debo's value is so much more in name than it is production.
Okay. So here's his team. He's got Mahomes starting at quarterback. Then starting running backs, Kamara, Kyron Williams with Joe Mixon and David Montgomery. And
did you just hold on? Did you see that fumble? He just dropped the ball on the ground.
See, I don't know if I'm doing this.
I'm sorry,
trade.
Tyler. That was a fucking crazy fumble.
I don't think I'm doing this trade. Let me see. I'm looking now at back at points.
Is that Willie Gay? That's something.
So AJ's just had one super explosive game that was versus Washington, right? I guess do they get Washington again? Yes. So in week 8, I mean, he could have another big game, but I mean, Debo's not been terrible. He's averaging about 12 points a game, which is okay. And Mixon is actually on the upside right now. He's on the up now that the team's actually starting to play well. If this team, I guess I didn't hear the team, but if this team is low on running back, I'm not doing this trade.
So at running back, he's got Kyron Williams, Alvin Kamara, Roshan Johnson, Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, and Jacoby Ford.
Okay, so he has 3 running backs. I'm not going to do that trade. Fuck it.
He has 1, 2. I mean, he has a lot of running backs.
No, he doesn't. He's got Roshan Johnson, who's not reliable. He's got Jerome Ford, who doesn't fucking matter. So he has 3 guys.
He's got Mixon. He's got
David Montgomery, Alvin Kamara, and Kyron Williams.
Oh, you're right. I was so sure of myself too. Sorry, Tyler.
He's got 4, but I mean, I'm still not high on
4.
Kyron.
Yeah, I was really pompous there. I apologize.
So you're really hoping that AJ explodes again, right? I mean, he's only had one great game. He's had good games. Like 19 points is good, but like 38 points is great. Like that's great.
Will you just? I know this is repetitive, but his wide receivers are who again? Besides Debo.
Yeah. So it is.
There you go. Oh, I thought you were gonna put it in. My bad.
I did. I put the link up there too. Sorry, that was something else I was putting in there because we're getting close to the end of the game. So wide receivers are Tyreek Hill, Olave, Debo, Cortland Sutton, and Christian Watson.
I
I mean,
think
Olave and Watson. Who are the? What was it? So Olave, Watson, Debo.
Olave, Watson, Tyreek Hill, Debo, Cortland Sutton.
I think.
I would do the trade. Never mind. I would do it.
You doing the trade? I still.
Yeah.
He's got so many good receivers already. Why would you
Well,
trade
he's
another?
got Olave and Tyreek Hill.
So basically,
Like,
Olave
Christian
pops
Watson
out. If
really
he does the
reliable.
trade, Olave pops out of starting, and you start Tyreek Hill. So you go Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown. Then at running back, you go Kamara, Monty, or Kamara, Kyron. You know, some semblance of Monty, Ford, Kyron, Kamara, somewhere in there. Tight end, he's got Hawkinson with Jake Ferguson on the bench. And then at flex, that leaves you Olave potentially. That leaves you the leftover of Kyron, Monty, Kyron, Monty, Ford. And then you also get the potential for Sutton or Watson in the flex.
I think AJ Brown in your lineup, and the difference between him and Debo is what, 7 or 8 points a week. And
Debo's not in your lineup anyways.
or
Debo's in the flex right now, so he's trading one person out of his lineup.
you're upgrading your flex with Olave, and then you're basically laterally moving at running back. I don't know. I think it's a good trade question. I could be okay with it.
It's a great trade question. Here's my thought though: how many wide receivers are getting injured this year versus running backs? I mean, I guess you can find running backs that are stepping in better than wide receivers, and we've seen that already a couple weeks. But I feel like so you're selling right now. You're selling Mixon. I guess maybe you are trying to sell him at high, but like that team literally just had one good game. Like they could literally be going like this right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I agree with that.
The stock, they could be like this, and they just did this, and people are trying to hope to sell before it drops again. But I don't think it's going to drop. I mean, they're playing Seattle this week. I feel like they can still do well against Seattle enough, but
I'm with you on that.
It's
I think
great.
I would do it because I would rather have a premium asset at wide receiver that anchors my team than. And I like, as the team is currently built, you're being forced to drop an kind of equal asset at running back each week. You can only start so many of them. At wide receiver, you got more flexibility there. And if I can upgrade AJ Brown and then push Olave to my slot, whatever's going on at running back sounds kind of similar. I don't know. I think it's a good one. I would want to see the math on points in my lineup. Like if whatever side gives me more points in my starting lineup each week, I would just fucking do that.
I know we got to get out of here soon, but the thing is, to me, is like Montgomery. If he goes down again, because it's already happened, you've got Kamara, and then hoping that Kyron's just there.
I posted. So this was my response. This is on Twitter. This was my response. I said that. Let's see here. I said with the depth at running back, I would probably do it. However, I would try to move a lesser receiver and keep Debo, like a Sutton after this last game where he just made a killer reception for a touchdown, and Mixon, where Mixon is obviously probably the person he wants. Probably that person needs a running back. That's the only reason he's thinking about trading to AJB. So if you get Mixon and a Sutton after a big game, maybe he would move on that knowing that he's getting what he wants, which is Mixon, and you get to keep Debo and get AJB.
Yeah, but I just don't feel like AJ is Debo going to be in the flex. Is Debo going to fit there? I mean, now you've got Olave too, right? Like now Olave is there, so it's like having Debo doesn't even really matter. I would just try to flip Debo then, try to get a running back. I mean,
well, if you enjoy the questions, come over to the Thursday Night Football after party where we dive into a ton of this. And man, I will say there's some doozies. There's some hard ones. On the Tuesday night show, we had moments where literally like we were kind of arguing on which way. And there were several times, JC, where Tyler was on his island again, all alone. Because nobody was like, I posted the link, I think, in the second chat that I did. Or let's see, maybe. I'll control C that.
You watching that game, Ronnie?
There's the link.
Ronnie, you're on mute.
The Braves game? No, I am not. Oh, have I been on mute this whole time? I was wondering why nobody was acknowledging me.
No, they
Right,
have runners on first and third. They did have 0 outs. They had 2 outs. So this is it. Top of the ninth. They got a score right here.
I'm not going to watch it because they always screw up when I do.
Well, you're not watching it right now, and they're still screwing up.
Shut up, Marcy.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I thought it was going to be really good when they had 0 outs, but man, yeah, they're fixing to blow it.
It's okay. I mean, we got a championship in Atlanta here in the last couple of years. We've got 2 or 3 more where that becomes a distant memory. I can take some post-season disappointment as a Braves fan.
Are you a Falcons fan?
I'm not. I only root for the Braves because my grandfather and my mom. But I live in Atlanta. I just happened to move to the city my parents or my mom and my grandpa rooted for.
Makes sense.
I also think we got to close this stream off. Yeah, right, guys?
Yeah, Tyler, what time's the next show?
It starts in 15 minutes, 10:30. Links in the chat, and it's also on Twitter. Just shared it in the TSA group. And so, yeah, hopefully we'll see you all there.
It's a marathon for JC tonight. Let's go.
I think you guys should all be there. And I want to make a public apology to Tyler. Because like 4 or 5 times during this episode, you started saying stuff, and I don't know if I'm tired or what, but I kept being on like, nah, I disagree. That's a stupid take. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I don't know. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. So one thing you'll learn, Ronnie, with me, like if I say a take or I have a take, it's okay. Like I'll live with it. I'll live with it being bad. I'll live with it being good. I hit on some like the Fields or the Pickens, several like that. I've yet to hit on my main one going into the year, mainly because he hasn't been on the field much, but Traylon Burks. I really expected a big season from him. That was kind of my Sky Moore.
I see.
Now I have obviously a little bit of bias. You see the helmet over on the thing over there, so it's there's a little bias there, but everything's stacked up for it to be a good season. So we all miss, but as part of being like somebody in this realm, like you can't be afraid to be wrong, and you can't be afraid to put a take out there that people don't like.
For sure. Well, case in point, that's the way we should all be anyway, and that's certainly I think it's how you and JC and I operate. I don't like being a dick, and I feel like I kind of was a tyrant.
100%, man. 100%.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys, and see you all in the next show.
Peace out, everybody.
Good night.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Later, Marcy.
Bye.
Thank you.